Yes, Peggy, how we doing? Big up everyone who was in that chat. 2 o'clock Saturday. Let's go. Leo, big up yourself, Leo. Slim, you were the first in, mate. To be expected. Sorry about the noise there in the background. Rob Lee, big up the Rob Lee. Tottenham, mate. Flying, aren't they? Flying. Yes, lads. Get up the first borough, laddie. Good to see you, mate. Come on, the Davy. This top, mate. Did you hear the story about this top? I think everyone knows it's the lucky top. Now we're going for 7 in a row. It hasn't been washed yet. Hasn't been washed. I only wear it on a Saturday afternoon, though. I think it could be 7 in a row today. It's got to be some sort of record at it. Pick up the Nicky RBF there. Pick up the RBF. There's Slim back in. Yeah, I've just watched the highlights there. Tottenham. I don't even know who that manager is who you've got. Like. The fire stick is fixed. I am Brentford beat Chelsea as well at Stamford Bridge. Stamford Bridge isn't the place it used to be, is it? It's no fortress. It's Fortress Riverside. Davey, I might even, well, depending on work situation, like, but you know, if we go up next season, tempted, yeah, you might not see Premiership football again in our time. Yes, Stevie, big up the Gadgies. Big up the Gadgies. Peggy, you can be a Gadgie for the day. Steve McGeary's in the house. See how I do that for it even come up. Yeah, what's going on at Chelsea then? Chelsea are packed, aren't they? Absolutely packed. Well, Borough, mate. Let's get back to the Borough. Oh, here he is. He's actually found his way in. Get up there, PP. How's the tent or the car going, PP? How you get some nice blankets now, you know. Home bargains. Oh, he's all the batties coming in now. There's Monk, big up the Monk. This that. Woohoo! This that. This that going in hard this week. Did anyone see his community post? It's about 20 foot long. I'll be honest though, mate, I did read it all. I did. And well said, like, you know, I even said to Louise, big up Louise, by the way, who she is upstairs doing a few little jobs and that, you know. There's Gab B. Yeah, this, that. I said to Louise last night, I said, fucking hell, if this, that's going in on you, like, yeah, you've had enough, mate, I know, yeah. Well, this, that, I don't know if you've seen any of them, like, but I've been pissing people off. But I don't know. I think you should embrace it, right? These reruns that I'm picking, like the one I've done a few last week, I'm just building up to some of them. Some of them are absolute crackers. But from a year ago, this that I've been like playing reruns, you know, as a live, but with me just in the chat, which is good because you don't go and chat too much when you do channel when you have your own channel. So I always used to love going in the chat, but we had one on last night, And there was a bloke called Jeff, and he's got AWOL now, but I think it was about a year ago. Came on Daryl's first, I think. And I played that last night. No shit or anything, Nutter was on. And it's just, it's not live, but the thing is, it could be live because what's being said on there is it's all relevant now, and the people are still relevant, But if you have a look at my last community post, you'll see what's to come, and there's better than that as well. PP will remember it. PP. You were the star of the rerun last week. It was I think you'll remember it because it might be the only time you've been on here. It was the fallout of the Friday Night Fight Club. But last night, see, we do have friends in high places. There was a certain Greek god in the chat last night. I think we all know what we mean. Not Apollo. Where's Gav off? Is he? Where's Gav going now? Gav, if you can be asked, mate, because I want to get some reports from the ground, like half time. You want to jump on at half time, mate, and give us some pictures from, where is it? Wraith Rovers to Dunfermline. I don't know, might not bother. Yeah, man, Zeus is good, PP. He's good, man. So he was in the chat for a few hours last night. You've been his usual self, I had to time him out a few times because he was spoiling my jokes and that, But yeah, he's still listening in. But the reason he's not in today is he's going pumpkin picking with his grandson. We got the pumpkin pickers. That's probably. I don't know. Probably only me that's noticed this. But at the start of Channel 5 News every night, Channel 5 News, right? They have the ITV News at 6. Channel 5 do theirs at 5. And in the starting, when it's coming on, they have pictures of all sorts of transport bridges there, like a shot over Borough. I don't know whether it was just a one-off though, you know what I mean? Not sure. It could be couldn't it? Could be, but we're on the old Carlin today, though. Special edition. We've had these before, look. Sponsoring the FA Cup. Emirates FA Cup. I'm sure I've seen an advert, for, the likes of Virgin Atlantic, the airplanes, yeah? Now, they're upper class, aren't they? Like Emirates and Etihad. Sure, I've seen an advert, for an Emirates. The new Emirates must be an Airbus 380 or something. And they've got showers on them. Got showers on the airplanes. I swear on Mel's out. Always good to see the chat flowing, It's so bad, isn't it, when you see these channels, like Tunes is a perfect example. He's 100 people or whatever. The chat is 3 people talking. You know what I mean? That was my Todd's impression. I don't know where Smithers is. You know, I would normally have like a sidekick. You know, I want to get people on the panel talk about what you want, but 3 o'clock I'll have the Borough match on, so you'll be getting all the goals as they go in. But I want people, who've gone to the match. And my brother's at the match today. I might ring him up at half time. Well, he can tell us what the atmosphere is like there. That's it, staying it. Bad that. Jules has got to change the record, though, hasn't he? Like these reruns, I started off last week. Started off last. The first rerun I did, right, was when Tunes come on my panel for the first time. I think he was on for about an hour, just me and him, and he was proper sound, chilled out. And he was getting a load of grief at the time, like Dom. So I was trying to show him in a better light. No, it's not Carling Premier, mate. It's just lager. Yeah, I was trying to show Tunes in a better light, but he'll have seen it because his name was in the title. I think he fell out with it. Big Minge. Another little one for you. Yeah. So about a year ago, when Tunes was on the panel, got talking about YouTube idiots. Everybody assumed like it's a man, yeah. But I said to Tunes a year ago, I said, it's a woman, don't you? And he went, no. I said, YouTube idiots. I said, it's a woman, man. And he was like, oh, right, right. I was brought it up a couple of times. But now, obviously, enemy number one, YouTube idiots. But I've heard rumours this week that said they are female. I don't know if it's confirmed or not, though, you know what I mean? Oh, no, you fucking Maggie can't. What is it when he gets into his rhythm, doesn't he? You fucking Maggie can't. Can't fucking you. Toss. Just rolls off his tongue, doesn't he? Hey, Bale. Good to see you, Bale there. So we supporting anyway. If you're into your football, leave it. Type in the chat now just the team you support, just so I know. Yeah, I feel sorry for Gav B. Like, don't you? In the winter, imagine going to Wraith Rovers versus Dunfermline on the winter Saturday. Walsall, fact. What's happened to Chelsea, mate? There's two who've had a bad weekend, aren't they? I tell you what, though, PP, this start, I know you were a blue nose, mate. Jay, if you were listening, brother, J1878 PP. You know Jay, don't you? 1878. He usually pops in. Daryl, if you're watching, you're batty fish. Smithers, where are you? Yeah, how how's he doing that York Crystal Palace manager? I always forget his name. Slim can shout at the minute. I seen a little, obviously, Bobby Charlton died, didn't he, last week? I didn't realise that he was in the airplane crash, wasn't he? Was it Munich? Was it the air crash 1958? I don't know. I'm pretty sure Peggy's Rangers. Was that Glasgow or Celtic? Here he is. I was just saying, where's the batty fish here? He's been saving himself, haven't you, mate? He'll say, "Oh, I've been busy, I've had a bad tummy or something." Bill Kenwright, that's it. Last night, I knew someone else had died last week in football. Because in the northeast, someone out there on Sunday, I think Bill Gates. Has anyone heard of Bill Gates? Not the Microsoft one. He used to play for Middlesbrough, and he's just died of. He just died last week, but he's been ill, right? He's got dementia, and I'm not sure of the charity, right? But his wife is started a charity up, but it's to stop footballers heading the ball because it's saying it later on in life it's causing them, it's giving them dementia through heading the ball, and that's she's started a charity up to bring awareness to that. But seven. Yeah. So is anyone watching a full match today, or are they just like, see, I've just got this Fire Stick fixed. But if I didn't have that, I'd just have to watch Soccer Saturday, wouldn't you? Sky. Big racing day today. Facts. Any tips you want to share, mate? Any tips? I see one of the, what's he called? Oisin Murphy, is it? Oisin Murphy, the 3 times champion flat rider, jockey, wants to try the jumps. Can you imagine? It always amazes me, them jockeys, the size of them. Like, you get on the back of the horse, and it's like some of them do like 40 miles an hour, don't they? Them sprinters in the 5 furlongs. Don't eat yellow snow. Try not to. I was thinking more like Dusty Carpet in the 120, never been beaten. Big deal, enjoy that. Do you reckon he done the sniff like fact when he got that ban? He got banned a few years ago, didn't he? Tested positive for cocaine in France, and he said he denied it. He said he'd been to a party and he got off with some lass, and she'd been doing sniff, and it transferred in onto him. Still, still guilty, still had it in his system, but he actually his tribunal thing was in France, and I only know this because I watched a documentary on Netflix. Don't gamble, yeah. Franny Norton, it's ringing a bell. That like Oisin Murphy, Fred Dibner, legend Fred Dibner, isn't he? I know, yeah. Oh, nearly 2-0 there. I'm looking forward to a Borough today. Like, at home, it should be 7 on the trot. The way we played the other night against Norwich, we had 18 attempts, 10 on target, I think it was. Oh, oh, some of the moves though. You drill. Ooh. Oh, the golf, mate. You know what? PP, you might not know it. You probably don't because you always miss me lives, don't you? But I've been off work for 6 months, nearly 6 months. With it's a long story, but basically, I let things get the better of me. I've got a bit of stress and that. You know what I mean? It got to us, and I finally flipped. And after working all my life and very rarely being on the sick, uh, I've turned a week turned into sorry a month sick no turned into six. Just bit of everything. Just at work mainly though, and don't know. Just turned 50 as well, haven't I? So PP and just that you'll know about that. But there's a good ending to it, yeah, because if you haven't been if you haven't been watching us for a while, you probably won't know. But like say 6 months down the line, I've just finished my first week back. I went back on Monday. I'm a shift man. I'm used to working 12-hour shifts, nights, days, and it just it takes its toll on you, and you don't realise. I just felt like a robot. But I've just gone back this week on Monday. I've had meetings at work. And I've got everything out in the open, everything I wanted to say, and I've gone back on Monday, and I'm doing 8 till 4, 8 till 4 for a few weeks, which is an 8-hour shift. Which honestly, it's a totally different game. 8 hours to 12 hours. You know what I mean? The days of 12-hour shifts, though, it's like you don't you don't get the best out of anyone, do you? 12 hours. Everyone's fucked down. But 8 hours, man, it just went like that. It's been one of the fastest weeks. And yeah, but if you'd seen us a few months ago, you wouldn't have. I wouldn't have even believed that I'd actually go back. I hated it. I wanted a fresh start, and you would have thought in 6 months I could have got something sorted, or well, I just didn't have it in me. I didn't have the confidence or anything to go for an interview or anything. Yeah, that's why. I know everyone bangs on about, and you yourself say now, how the fishing's keeping you sane, and how just helps, doesn't it? You can imagine it though, can you? That's the weird thing though. The weird thing was I was the total opposite. There was other people at work over the last few years who have been off with stress and that, and I was like, well, about stress, man. Pussies, you know what I mean? But can I would have been the last person. Yeah, cheers, man. PP, I don't know how PP does it on here. Don't know how he does it, man. It keeps you sharp, though. It keeps him sharp up here, though, doesn't it? You know what I mean? There's not many get the better of PP on here. Here she is. DJ Cindy. Oh yeah, 2-0. Hit it. Oh, facts, that's 2-0, mate. Keeper went up and left a 1-on-1, but it was 2-1-1. One thing I did notice, right, was putting my work boots on and that on Monday morning. So I've gone from getting up whenever I want for 6 months and to getting up early, alarm going off at 6:30, jumping out of bed because I've never been like one of these snoozers, you know. So I'm straight out of bed, uniform on, out the door. Oh, honestly, after that Monday, because I'm on my feet all day, and I regularly did like I've got this app on my phone. I haven't turned it on. I swear down, but it just comes up and tells me how many steps I've done. And I know for a fact that 10,000 is like quite a busy day, but I've done 10,000 before dinner time this week. And my feet and I thought I pulled my Achilles. I thought I tore it or something on Monday night. I couldn't hardly walk. But you know what? After 5 days, I haven't got an ache. I haven't got an ache. There's Gab B, the bus wanker there. He's missed the bus. I think he's trying to tell you something, Gav, that Wraith Rovers versus who? Dunfermline. It's really as bad as Brecon City. Brecon City, man. But PB, you asked how the golf was going, didn't you? So I've been off for 6 months, right? All over the summer. You know what? I've got my golf clubs. Apart from a little spell where I was going out finding balls and that. I never used to take my golf clubs, but I promised myself, and I've been let down a few times for a game with a few people. And so I took my golf clubs over the local course. It was a windy day. When you're on your own, you know, I'd done about 4 or 5 holes. Came off. I couldn't walk. Gav, how many do you get at Wraith? Wraith versus Dumbarton. I mean, what are we? Wraith aren't in the Premier League in Scotland, are they? Got to be looking at 2,000 max. So the fishing's off when it rains, is it? I heard somebody mention Yorkshire's finest as well the other day in the chat. That's your mate as well, isn't it, PP? Yorkshire's finest. Because you remember back in the Pablo days, right? He took a dislike to me. One of the only a few people, for whatever reason, he always used to have voters in Pablo's. And I was like, what have I done to win? You know what I mean? But then I sort of knew, I learned later on that he was your mate, and like thought, does he come across as like a proper knobhead? I'm not gonna lie. And I was thinking, oh, well, PP's all right. How could he be mates with a knobhead? But yeah, you don't see much of it, you know, like, but no problem, no bad feelings, like. I forget who PP's friends with, not friends with from the day to day. But there is some freaky shit happening, and let's get it right. You couldn't write some of it. If Darryl was here, I could write this shit. Alliances all over, you know, and I think the main thing you got to remember, if someone's a decent person, yeah, you know yourself, don't you? Then you can forgive a little bit on YouTube, can you? It's only YouTube, man. I'll be with him last week, baby. Next one. Is he any good? Like, is he any good? Like PB or what? Is he better than you? Because Cartman comes in here, and obviously Cartman is the king, and he's the. I'm sure he's had a few 50-pounders. But I know there's a dart because when you listen to somebody who knows about fishing, who's passionate about it, there's a skill to it in there. It's not just you got to read it. You read the water, don't you, baby? PB can look out over a river, a little bit of fog on it for the morning. Just sit there and you can just smell the carp. Just smell them. Well, that might have just been his tent. Yeah, man. Well, I've been saying, right, we've got a local team. Oh, it's got to be half a mile away from here. Uh, there are a couple of leagues below the fourth division. So it's only semi-professional. And I've still never been to a game. But what football ground, right, doesn't have a big poster outside or a billboard that tells you when the next game is? This one, this football club, the amount of times I've been past it, I've never seen anything about when the next game is or fixtures or anything. I know we've got the FA Cups getting going in it, the first round, and I know there's a few northeast teams. They usually do quite well, It's like a bit of a hotbed, Durham. 2-0 this start, yeah. Durham's a bit of a hotbed for sport, like, especially with the cricket. So a lot of the England cricketers play for Durham. The Durham women footballers, they're doing all right. They're looking to get in. They're going to get in the Premier League. Because the women's football, man, it's taken off, hasn't it? And we might have already seen this, I can't confirm it, but have we had a woman, a splitter referee in the Premiership yet? There's a few bets down there, I know there's a woman doing the England international the other week. But if you think about it, in theory, it should work better, shouldn't it? Because none of the footballers are going to be given a split ass shit on the pitch, are they? Not just because you're going to get hammered, aren't you? So, but I think as a woman, I'd rather be as a referee's assistant. I would rather be a ref than an assistant. Imagine running up and down that line. I know there's been a few assistant referees, female ones, haven't come out for the second half. At some grounds, I've seen them. Yeah, as a non-league club, you always get one or two, don't you? Make it in the third round, but imagine what it does though. One big game, one big draw in the third round against Man United, like home or away. If you go to Man United, they've got to get more money, aren't they? But then you're going to get knocked out if you get them at home. That's a no-brainer, isn't it? If you're a non-league club and you draw Man United in the third round at home, right, you're going to want to play it at Man United, aren't you? just for the money. Gav, have you got your kit on? Like, what's the kit like, Wraith Rovers? I bet it's brown in it, like a shitty colour. Go with your hair and that. How is your hair anyway, Gav? Anyone who doesn't know, Gav's still crying there. Paying £30 for a haircut last week. And he's got to go back and get it finished. We did get one of them Turkish shaves though, didn't you? You didn't tell us that, you little batty. Got one of them, because I said, oh, I'd want one of them Turkish, like, facials, you know what I mean? And, like, a proper scalp one. Oh, she's been in the Premier. Does she do the Premiership? Because it's a full-time job now, isn't it? So, since it's been made a full-time job, yeah, I don't know where they all go, the refs, but I'm assuming they go in 8 to 4 or whatever, Monday to Friday. I don't know where the headquarters are, but I bet that's mad for a woman, though, isn't it? So you can imagine it'll be full of blokes. Is it a shitty brown colour then, Gav? I would have shown everyone. I would have found out what it's like. Who's got the worst kid? Here, Newcastle. One of Newcastle's away kits is pink. Have you seen it? Ah, what a disgrace. Distat. Yeah, look at this from Distat, the most well-groomed man of the year for the last 5 years on YouTube. Also, Rear of the Year, 2015, voted for by Take a Break, I think it was, when I Distat. Yeah, Gav. When you're getting your mouldy pork pie at half time, jump on and give us a little taste of what it's like in at Wraith. Pics of Wraith Rovers football kit. Great Google like that. Oh my god, it's only pink. Just see Gavin that, can't you? I bet they have got a brown one as well, haven't they? Dean Park Hotel, the sponsor got some decent sponsors, like. Oh yeah, they have an haggis at half time, aren't they? I can't even bring myself to talk about haggis, like. Let's have a look at the Wraith Rovers badge. You want to explain that? Yeah. The mighty Wraith Rovers. Why is it a horse? Why is a horse got hold of a Sergio Tacchini badge upside down? Gav's fringe, oh, it's a lion, is it, Gav? Oh, sorry, mate. Sorry, bro. Looks like a hyena. Exactly. Look, man, it's got no legs. It's like a horse with its tongues out. PB, did you see the Sergio Tacchini? I bet PB rocked the Sergio Tacchini back in the day, mate. Gav's fringe, honestly. When Gav goes in, they just say to him, like, his stylist, because he calls him his stylist. His stylist says, what bowl are we having today? And he's got about 5 different bowls that just puts on, and Gav knows which one he wants. And then he finishes fringe off with a spirit level. It's a spirit level like that. Right, we're going to the riverside. Going to riverside. Let's soak up the atmosphere. Down by the riverside. Let's go for a little walk. Down by the riverside. What about that Francis Tonali, yeah? What a divvy. So they bought him for 55 million from, was it Inter Milan or AC Milan? And they knew that there'd been a bit of carry on with this. He had a bit of disciplinary problems to do with gambling, wasn't it? But he's just been banned for 10 months. Just sickening of that, like it. Stylist, man, honest, Gav. He said next he's going to get one of them, them people who just go out and get your clothes for you, buy your clothes. So he doesn't have to go and buy the. All he said to them is, well, he gets a few teabag t-shirts, them teabag t-shirts, remember them? Right, so let's do a little competition about see how Gav B is the like quintessential Scottish lower league football fan goes to the match, his attire for going to the match. What has he got on his shoe? What's he got on his feet, for starters? Let's remember, we've got the strawberry blonde hair, haven't we? He's got the rugged look, hasn't he? I think he's got a pair of bowling shoes, bowling shoes. Oh, you know what it is? It's thingy, isn't it? Shwaddy waddy, let's go for a little walk under the moon of love. Under the moon of love. Right, PB's going for all pair of blue-green feelers. What, on his feet? Oh, so PB's going for the green feelers. I'm not sure whether that's shoes. I'm going for the bowling shoe look. Fax reckons he'd be going in his foot, but he's probably got them over his shoulder. Right, so he's got blue-green feelers on his feet or boating shoes. Oh, good shout from Distat there, yeah. I never thought about that. Cuban heel Crocs. Another good shout there, Silver Shadow. Right, so it looks like it's going to be trainers, isn't it? Some sort of like cheap trainer in it. I don't know if he got his lace. Does he pass his laces, or does he try and be cool? Just like put them under his socks, or does he like make a big bow, like hanging down like on the floor and that? I think there's definitely a pair of white socks in there as well. Now bottoms, I'm thinking are the cords. Nice pair of cords, probably green or brown or pink. Steve reckons it's tweed. Just that, right? You couldn't believe it. I mean, when he done that video, what possessed Gav, right, to go and have the most the most expensive, worst haircut he'd ever had, to then come on YouTube and do a video and make a video about it saying how pissed off he was. And I thought, I'm getting straight on that. And then he even admitted, he said, oh, yeah, he said that was a faux pas, that one. He messed up there, like, oh, 4 stripes. Adidas had a stripe. You know, we used to get high tech, you'd say, yeah, fucking high tech and back. Velcro. Double Velcro, I reckon. Double Velcro if he's going with a Velcro. Pink stay press. Naughty them, like something out of trades fucking worry. Brogues with no socks. Asking for trouble there, like, aren't you? Oh, he's got the chinos on. He's got the chinos. You know, with the big pleat right down the front where it's been ironed in. The pleat will never ever come out. Yeah. God, check it. That's the best show, yeah. I know exactly the one. I know the one, mate. God. I don't believe he got Gucci trousers. I reckon he's got a Tommy Fishfinger coat on, Tommy Fishfinger. Red, white, and blue. Like a bit like a puffer jacket. That means kebab. No. You know what? Oh, I'm surprised the taxi's even stopped for you. You see, if you see Gab there in that attire, you're going straight past him, aren't you? Even if you are skinned. No, I didn't see his kebab. Like, what mean? Is this like a euphemism? Or did he actually get a kebab and eat it on live? Good luck there, Gav. We'll be keeping an eye on that score there. I'm not sure where do they play at, Wraith? What's it called? The Tin Shed, I reckon. Big respect to the Outlaw King in the house there. Big up the Outlaw King in the house. He's going to have to send us a picture now. I've got this horrible. Oh, it's not a good look. But you know what I mean, Gav? It's not a good look, mate. I reckon on the other hand, he might have a Crombie on, Crombie, full length Crombie. Is anyone else getting tortured, like with messages saying it's Royal Mail and your parcel hasn't been delivered because you give the wrong address? I'm sick of them. I'm getting about 3 a day now. Okay, I keep giving them the right address and I've given them all my bank details and the 3 numbers on the back, and I'm still getting them. Honestly. 14 quid. Oh, me, for one person, for one kebab. Where's he live? Fucking Park Lane. Oh, I've done that. I can do all the Marcel Marceau, you know what I mean? Starks Park. It's even got a bad name as well. Hey, Distat, what's the crack with your new stadium, mate? Is it neat? When's that finished? Because I've seen a few like aerial shots, and it's taking shape in it. I would say it's got to be more than half done, surely. Who is it? Who we support? Rate or five? Or is that all one team? Does anyone see here? You're on about Jean Paul Gaultier, wasn't he? That's my favourite aftershave. I'll be honest. Uh, Shot your favourite aftershave in there. You know what I mean? Come on, full of Gadgies. You're going out. You want to put some knicker dropping stuff on. What are you going for? PP, we know yours is dupe. So PP, we already know is dupe. Next season, eh? Yeah, man. What's the? Is it going to be bigger than? Is it bigger than Anfield? Yeah. Because if you're building a stadium now, like I wish we'd done it at Borough, because our stadium when it got finished it was a basic. I think there's other stadiums that got built at the same time in England have the same look. It's now Flash Riverside Stadium, decent name, 35,000 capacity, high karate. Yeah, I think you can still get that. I've seen it in boots and that. You know what it is, right? This time of year, for like for clothes for anyone, but for kids and that, or designer clothes. Have you noticed how designer brands that weren't even weren't even like top designer brands back in the 80s, 90s. All of a sudden, JD brings them back. It's the same brand, but charges you £100 for a Lecoq Sportif t-shirt, and all of a sudden, Lecoq Sportif, everyone wants to wear it, because it's £100 and it's £100 for a t-shirt. It must be good. You know what I mean? Old Spice is a classic. Like I'd still wear Old Spice now. Like um, you know, Steve McGeary's merging two messages there. 52,000. You might fill that on your first game. I think why. What have they done now? Have you noticed, like, it's like, what time is it now? It's 5 minutes to kick off, and there's probably about 2,000 people in the Riverside, yeah, like in the seats. Come 3:05, it'll be full. Like, you go there, watch the football, don't you? All stood in the concourse. We've all been there. I used to hate it. I used to hate it when it was my round, the match, because our seat, it was behind the goal. I had the same seat for 10 years, about five of us. And when it's your round, you've got to get down there about 25 before, haven't you? You're missing like 10, 15 minutes. You always score, and then you've got to try and carry 5 pints or keep all the 5 pints. Or they've been breaking the rules, like what they've been doing. He's a blue doors, but blue doors. I feel alone today. Like we had a smoggy in earlier, but then over this last week, I found out there's even more smuggies on YouTube, you know, people from Borough. Tobbs. Tobbs was on here last week. You might jump on there. Nutter, obviously. Paul C, Davey 90, Ted Loon. Big shout out to Ted Loon. Hope you're all right, mate. I haven't seen you for ages. Who else is there? Heister. T-Side 420. PP, much respect, mate. Much respect. Keep an eye out for. Keep the notification on, because over the next few days there'll be a few classic reboots, and you might. I'm sure you'll be in one of them. PP off to clean his tent there. He's going washing his clothes in the river. He's got a few stones and that, and a bar of carbolic soap. Takes his little basket there down to his down the riverbed. Gets his wife runs with the carbolic on the, you know, tries to get all the stains out of them and that. I've heard that one as well. I've heard that. So there's not many games on, is there, in the Premiership today? All the good ones are on tomorrow, and I think there's only 3 this afternoon. It's all happening in the Championship. That's where it's at. I know I shouldn't listen to you, Ren, because I do listen to people here, but I'm sticking with them because you will get it in the end. I'm trying to show you what it's like, you know, and I'm trying to remind myself when we used to get 8 people on a panel and get like 700-800 views. Do you know what? I still haven't had a live. That's had over 1,000 views yet. So I've still got that to break. One live stream. I even did a 7-hour one, me and Louise, and it was the best one we've done. And I think there's 960 views. So we need to get to that 1,000, and I'm coming up with 2,000 subs. All I need to do is put a few more shorts out, and we'll be 2,000 subs. And the best, 1 million views. We're a couple of weeks off 1 million views. 1 million views, man. Pompey, yeah? Pompey. Is the Portsmouth ground? What's it called again? Isn't it like on an island or something? It's something weird like that, isn't it? It's a bit like, I think Southampton's the same sort of thing. The Solent or something, isn't it? But there's a story behind the Portsmouth, and somebody else who used to, they've got a hatred of somebody up at Fratton Park. It's an old ground, isn't it? Up until a few weeks ago, when Borough were at the worst start of the season that they've ever had since they became a football club. I think we had one point out of 5 games, 1 draw, 4 defeats. And it was looking like the dream was over, you know, because this is his first job in management. What's he called? Michael Carrick, yeah. If you remember Steve Gibson, yeah, Steve Gibson, the owner of Borough, yeah, the chairman, he isn't many like him about anymore. You know, he's a proper Borough lad. He's a self-made. But he does all the hire and firing, but he's not scared to give people a chance. Fucked up with Johnny Woodgate. He let him in charge. I mean, Johnny Woodgate, anyone from Middlesbrough knows Johnny Woodgate shouldn't be a manager, shouldn't be borough manager anyway. But when you think about the people that we've had, man, since Robbo, I mean, Robbo lit us up, didn't he? Brian Robson will always be my favourite manager for putting that, for putting the Juninho team together. A minute silence for Bobby Charlton. Who decided to go from, because it's a bit of a bold move, isn't it, to go from a minute silence to a minute's applause? I think it's safer, the applause is safer in it, because you see it happen all the time, don't you, where the two rival teams are playing, and especially a derby, can't keep the mouth shut, can they? Oh, Ayers Park, mate. Went to my first match. I think I was 13, I think it was. And the old gate was the end behind the goal, where it just stunk of beer, fags, fart, BO. Basically stood like this for like an hour and a half, just getting knocked over by loads of hairy ass Gadgies. But we used to be able to get we called it a squeeze, where you go through the turnstile with someone big and you're only little and you squeeze in. I think Nutter still does it now. You get to squeeze in there. I think it was £2 back in the day. It was paid £2. Well, that's how much it was, but you see, £2 back in 1985. It was like a lot of bread, wasn't it? Oh, he has over the years. It's like we nearly went bankrupt. Nearly went bankrupt before he stepped in. The gates were shut at Ayers Park and that, and it was like good night Vienna. We had like 12 hours left to save the club, and Steve Gibson he led this consortium, and it was a lot of money was from ICI, which is like the chemical giants, on Teesside. A lot of people worked for ICI, and him and another bloke, Keith Lamb, I think it was, the bought the club and saved it at the last minute. And we were training. We were training on school pitches. We were playing I think we played a few games at Hartlepool as well. Didn't have a ground. But then that's when I first started going to games. And to call Bruce Rioch. We had Bruce Rioch before Robbo. Lenny Lawrence. Both went on to bigger things. Didn't Bruce Rioch go to Arsenal at one point? Sure he did. Jackie Charlton. Jackie Charlton's managed the borough in the 70s. Trying to see how many If we can't fill the ground the day off, we can't get 20,000 in there a day when we're on this winning streak. Loads of empty seats everywhere. But they did pay back this. Emily, how you doing, matey? There's Emily there. This that they have paid him. He has had some good times though, as getting to the Europa League final. I mean, just to have anything to do with that, to take your club to a European Cup final, and then we won our first silverware. We won against Bolton at the Millennium Stadium, the League Cup. Was a seedy little place like Ayresome Park. I'm pretty sure as well, right? And if there's any freaks out there that want to check it up, right? The first ever, do you remember when live football, first hand showed live football on TV, on terrestrial TV, right? I'm sure it was ITV, the big match live, Aston Villa, Middlesbrough. Tony Daly played for Aston Villa. That black winger, Tony Daly. I'm sure. Well, that was the big game. I'm sure it was one of the first ever televised games, or the first ever. And Tony Mowbray scored a diving header. And we won 2. Sure, we won 2-1. Tony Mowbray header. Loads of new houses and that like this that hour. Because that's all. That's the. I mean, they knocked Ayresome Park down, and right next to Ayresome Park there was the General Hospital, Middlesbrough's main hospital for accident and emergency. This is before, like, we've got James Cook now. It's a huge hospital. We're on the same ground as the Ayresome Park, right next door. General Hospital. That's all gone now, and tell you what, nearly scored there. It's now a housing estate, ones that you'll probably see popped up everywhere. And the thing is, all the roads around there are all named after player footballers for Middlesbrough. But I can remember, yeah, Mowbray and Pallister. Pallister made the England squad when he was playing for Borough in the old First Division. The first, I think, him and Steve Bull were the first England players from outside of the old First Division to get an England cap or be in the England squad. Because I remember we used to go all the away games. Oh, we're getting beat. Honestly, I've got this app on my phone, right? That whinges. It goes, oh, when they score, when the other team score, it goes, oh. And when we score, it goes, yeah. And it's just told me that Stoke have scored. But because my fire stick's like a minute behind, we're going to score off this corner. I wouldn't care. They've only let 2 goals in the last 6 games, I think. Set piece corner. Oh, it's a good header, like really good header. Years ago, though, Borough were well known. If they went behind, that was it. They never ever come back. Or they always threw a lead away. But I'm not too worried. This Borough team, the form team, aren't they? Oh, he nearly saved it as well. Keeper should have kept hold of it. Oh, he shouldn't have got the header first of all, but keeper should have had hold of that. Like. I was talking to somebody about this the other day. It'll have been on here about football. As a team, as a professional team, right? You always hear, you see these documentaries where, or you can hear the manager from the touchline on some games or whatever, and say it's Man U, Man City tomorrow, and Man U win 1-0, right? 5 minutes to go, and you've got Pep Guardiola going, "Calm down, don't panic. You got 5 minutes to go, or you get beat. You've got to, you can't calm down, can you? You go mad to get a goal, aren't you? But it's like keep calm, keep calm. And then after the game, when they like say they do come back and win like Man U used to, the journal would say to the manager, "What did you say to them?" He said, "I just told them to calm down, keep playing the way you are." What, even with 4 minutes to go? So how far away is what's the distance between the old Goodison and Anfield? It's like a stone's throw in. It's got to be one of the closest derbies in the league. Like 1 mile. It's mad, isn't it, though? So when was it? So you could be born closer to Everton, but support Liverpool. Is that right? I mean, is it all down to your mum and dad? Is it all down to what, you know, who your mum and dad supported, or do you have a choice or what? Yes, Howler Heed. How's Howler Heed's Hibs fan, aren't you, mate? So Howler, have you ever been to Starks Park? Gadgies making his way to Starks Park as we. Oh no, he'll probably be there, won't he? That's if they've let him in, like in that club. Or Dundee's, of course, or rather less than a mile. What? 0.2 miles? What, Dundee and Dundee United? So yeah, see that's what I mean. Every kid in Newcastle. If you look at any match at St James's, right, even the European game, right, like the one they had the other night, you look at the crowd, it's full of kids. It's full of kids, man. They're all like 7, 8, 9 year old, all fully kitted out, crying when they're getting beaten. These are kids younger than 10. It's drilled into them, man, in Newcastle. Not, I mean, that's just the way it is. The football crazy, man. Honestly, it's a well-known fact that when Newcastle get beat, the Samaritans get like calls increased by about 500% on the Saturday night and Sunday night by like women, the husband's coming in and like just in a bad mood and whatever. I'm not even kidding. Or is it Starks Park? Starks Park. How are they getting on anyway? It can't really get any worse than being bottom of the second division of the Scottish League, can it? Saying that though, Gadgies said there nearly 8,000 sellout. Hibs or Hearts. See, I don't know much about Scotland, about like apart from Rangers and Celtic. I don't know much about the rivalry. You know? They take it a bit too far, those are the Celtic and Rangers, the Hibs and Hearts. Christ. Certainly will do, mate. She's upstairs and I will tell her that as soon as she comes down. And same to you as well, mate, you and your missus. Don't work so hard. When I'm live, if you're not too busy, you can jump on and races. But cheers for your input today, mate. Appreciate that. Big love to diss that there, the blue nose. What do you get at Hibs like, Paula? Here, before I forget, right, there's only 9 of us in here, right? But Howler, it was you. It was you that does the impressions, isn't it? Is that you? You did some impressions one night with Daryl's panel. And you were fucking good as well. Sure, it was you. Ooh, hip Celtic. Woohoo! Woohoo! Makes for a better game though, doesn't it? An early goal, really. Preferably from your own team, like, but it gives you a kick up the arse, doesn't it? I'll tell you what I like as well. The Opta, when Opta started doing all the stats, started like, because a stat 20 years ago was how many corners there was, wasn't it? Or how many free kicks. Now it's like there's a stat for everything, isn't there? And Opta have made a business out of it. You know what I mean? I'd still love to know how I'd still love to know how they do it. How they must have software, mustn't they? They follow because they tell you anything about one player. If you played for 90 minutes, any player in the Premiership, there'll be stats more than that. Even down like the where the heart rate things, aren't they? Oh, them they look like bras, sports bras, and they're like heart rate stuff, aren't they? Tell you how we should squad. Was that you, Ola? What was it? He does. I think he does a man. Got to do a Scouser. Welsh, I remember. Come on, Jesus. 2 sec. But you know, it's stay off, is he? Nice one, stay. Big respect. Stay if you see that. If I think you're one who's got the idea of the reruns now. So it'll be in the description if you see if it says I'm live. Then it'll be in the description there to rerun. I quite like them. What do you think, Howler, about these? What do you think about these reruns? It's easy for me. It's easy for me. I mean, the ones I've shown at the minute are they're just warm ups. Them. Right. I've just turned notifications off on this football app that I've got. So now I won't know when there's a goal. Like a minute before it happens. Ipswich 0, Bournemouth 1. It's looking like Leicester are going to go straight back up, isn't it? Another header there, man. For fuck's sake. What they're doing? Does anyone else like buy paper on a Saturday morning? You know, like just the paper, Star, the Mirror, the Sun. Not the Sun if you're a Scouser. Yeah, I've started buying the paper on Saturday morning and trying to try to read everything in it. We are, mate, because we had a little disaster with the fire stick stopped working. So obviously, never not just the football, I wouldn't be able to watch this Borough game here if it didn't have the fire stick. But we've got it back now, so yeah, we'll be. Well, what time's it on? It's in Saudi Arabia. Is it on normal time? Like I know there's a few fights on beforehand, isn't there? Who's promoted it? Is it on? Is it Dazod or? I think he's just signed a mad deal, and I was reading it there in the paper. Yeah, Sunday papers used to be good news of the world, but stop buying them when news of the world. Stop printing. Starts at 6. Yeah, yeah, no doubt we'll have it on. I mean, for people who haven't got a fire stick yet, people do bang on about them, but these are like from me. The fire stick, the technology. You do have to. You might get a little bit of buffering. Little things that you can put up with for the saving that you're making. I mean, the pay-per-view stuff. I think we paid 40, £60 for 2 fire sticks or like program for a year. So that's £30 each. And you can watch movies on there, pay-per-view. I mean, some of the pay-per-views now are like £40, you know. So you only have to watch one. And yeah, don't get me wrong, we've been looking forward to pay-per-view stuff, and I've had to like search for it, and it took a while to come on, but they're getting better, the technology. These are definitely the best ones. But there's still nothing like, it's nothing like the old classic though, is that has got to be the classic remote control of the 21st century, and you can't beat it. It's never changed since Sky come out. Just the feel of it and everything, it's like iconic, and it dead fast. They're the ones now. It's mad, isn't it? You know, like that Alexa thing. I never ever use. I never really use it. I did use it last night, but and it told her exactly what I told it what the problem was or what the issue was. Me and Louise were sat here, and some woman spoke back to us and told us exactly what we needed to do. Like, but yeah, people going about, is that not the same thing? Is that not, because the one we've got now, it was using Sky Glass, going through Sky Glass. Then they put a stop on that, and we had to get the fella who we got it off. He had to program it again, and we had to use another TV, Jungle TV, it was called. And now it's been programmed again. This is through Sky Stream, which must be the new Sky's new sort of TV thing. Yeah. Well, everyone you speak to, Howler, everyone you talk to, especially a bloke, when you go on about fire sticks, they always say, "Oh yeah, man, never goes off, never goes off." No, I'll do it for you, but they're not like 100%, not 100% like faultless. You know what I mean? But you get what you pay for, don't you? He's Pandeco, yeah. Oh, you're in good company here. Pandeco, Howler Head here, he's in Edinburgh, he's a Hibs fan. Don't know if that helps. I know Pandeco's up there. Don't like him. Pandeco knows his way around him. Knows a bit about tech. Does a bit of producing, bit of he's into his music and that, and you think, oh, you're DJ and that. Producer. Do scratching. Yeah, he feels for you. I know I feel for him as well. We've had one shot on target, man. Power. Oh, it's a great cross. Oh, things we haven't got a superstar this season either, Borough. You know, they've uh, they've always had like a star player. Last season we had the league's top scorer. That's why we did so well. And then he decided that he'd rather play for a French club, Lens or somebody. I think went for 11 million. Waste. Do you put them on your channel like that? Come on. Oh, jeez, that wasn't just over the bar. You get the commentator who's staunch Borough fans. Oh, just over the bar. It was in Rosette. Decent effort though. Turn. That would have been goal of the season. That it's got another corner. Got a deflection. Come on. Keeper's ball all day. That's Jesus. So what do you mean by a new provider though, Leo? Do you mean just like another, I go on like me options and it used to be Jungle TV, and on my Jungle TV it was live TV, movies, series, and TV guide, and every layout has been very similar. You know what I mean? It's just when you have to get it reprogrammed, you lose all the settings that were in, all the favourites and stuff that you were watching, and because it tells you if you've watched the episode. Because we watch quite a few series at the same time, and you forget where you're at. Yeah, man, we'll have a look at that. Deco, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you've had your eyes opened, haven't you? Like, especially over, let's say, the last 6 months. Because I know Deco from used to go in Harland, didn't you? Peanut. And then you used to come in Darrell's as well. So I've known you for ages, but I remember seeing you pop up in someone's chat. It might be Tunes or one of them, or Banter or someone like that, where I hadn't seen you before. I'm thinking, well, Deco does not come over this side. And I remember the chat. You were gobsmacked by the way I think you might have timed out or something. Yeah, everyone had a Cody box, didn't they? Download a TV player. So what you're explaining there, Howler, this is what I'm paying. This is what people are paying £50 a year for someone just to do that. You're saying anyone can. That's what I thought, Deco, because we're used to it. Most people in this chat know we know what all the other channels are about, and there is some bad channels, especially at the minute. It's rife, you know what I mean? For like, I don't even know what you call them, but people call them wrongs and bacons and nonsense, everything. I remember you popping in a chat when it was like that. I was thinking, oh, hell, and you weren't amused, like, and I think you had your say, and I think you got timed out, and I'm guessing that you're not the type of person who gets timed out a lot. You know what I mean? But you're right, mate. Yeah, exactly that. Exactly. People on here use a lot stronger terms than that, but yes. Big up my mate all day. Yes, all day. Confirmed Gadgie there. Don't know if he's working today. Well, he says it's work. No, talks to big the mammal. Are they? They're not mammals, are they? I should know it. I should know it. Sea lions, whatever they come under, but they eat a lot of fish, and all day does. Uh, stink of fish even when he's had like been in the Turkish baths. Yeah, yeah, man. It's it. Deco, you know Monk, don't you? Well, just Monk's lives. Just have a look in the last few of them. And Monk's like all about. Monk's like really positive at the minute. Um, and like he's doing well. He gets good. He gets decent people in his chat and that. Um, but one of the idiots was on there the other day. But he brings numbers, tunes, the minge bag. You can't go in it. You can't go anywhere without hearing about the minge. There, I say I know him well. Is Cody still a thing then? People still do Cody like what? No, here he is. Here he is. I think we all know who that is from just look at the. There's only one person who's got a dog. Uh, Look at his content as that. I'll give you a minute, I guess, for anyone who was watching that rerun last night will have. I'm not talking here anyway. I had to time him out last night twice because he spoke two jokes that I did, two funny jokes, and he ruined them for me, so I timed him out. But I did today, has it? Big up to Zeus there. If anyone that hasn't guessed already, the Greek god Zeus. I look back, I didn't even, I made a spelling mistake, right, people, in the chat. So on these reruns, I'm just going in the chat, like, which I don't, I've only just started doing again since these reruns, but like, I'm getting the hang of it because you've got to be quick, haven't you? Your one-liners before anyone else gets in. And I did a couple of one-liners last night that were quite funny, and I made a spelling mistake on one of them, which ruined it. And the other one, I made a spelling mistake, but it was actually funnier. It was funnier with the spelling mistake, but on the next comment, I corrected it. Oh no, 2-0. 2-0. Bloody hell. Yeah, well, anyway, he ruined it for me, so I owe him one for that. Like, I won't forget. How many E's are in there? Like, how long did that take you to think of? I don't care where else you go on this YouTube today, you still won't see these 9 people in here together. Let me tell you that. What he's doing all day, he's like quick. He likes to think he's quick witted and that, doesn't he, Jim? And you know, so what he's doing now, he's giving YouTube a break. He said he's only watching a few lads, um, so he's saving all that funny up and he's using it all when he comes on here. Honestly, man, 2-0. We haven't been 2-0 down for a while at home. Brutal that second goal, though, innit? Imagine as a player, right? 2-0 down at home, 38 minutes gone. Yeah, yeah. Or do you think the E stuck on his keyboard? Might be the E. Might be the E stuck on his keyboard now. Who's the other one? Jim, dare you say, or the other two? Or do we have to guess? Should have been 2-1. Looks like a enthralling game there at Hibs today. As if it isn't bad enough going to watch Hibs on a cold winter's wet day. You have to give you a 0-0. At least we've had 2 goals. Man, there's no one in the box. Nobody in a red shirt, man, he's right. Oh, if they go 3-0 down here, it's over, isn't it? Jim, how's your pumpkin picking going? So Jim's been pumpkin picking with the grandson. Have you got any Jim will have him down his trousers and that, won't he? You know what I mean? Cut the supply. Cut the supply, you little batty fish. I started doing these reruns last week, and then 2 days later, he's cut the supply, rerun his lives. Little batty fish. Here he is. Here he is. What's the bar? Oh, I don't know, but Gav Beale tell us the Wraith Rovers score. If we're lucky, he's going to come on the panel live from Starks Park. He's going to show us what the pies are like. Oh my God. How many more chances do you have to have? But we're getting beat 2-0, but we should have had about 5 goals. It's like a children's grotto, was it not in the field? Like, I'm thinking like there must be thick branches for them pumpkins, like, isn't it? Like, how doesn't the branches stand? Oh, well, we've got another corner. Oh, they're really playing like. You know what? It'll be a draw tomorrow. Nailed on 1-1 or 2-2. I can see us getting 2 goals here. Like, it's not like how is it on now? Is it? I thought they always played them. I thought they always played them like a tea time or anything. Don't know. They're on a. They've had a couple of losses, haven't they? City. Oh, QPR won, Leicester won. Come on, Borough. Oh, he's hit the bar. Oh, we've hit the bar. Oh, he's got a call. The keeper saved it again, hasn't he? Oh, he's got a score there. It's a free. You've got to put it on target, man. Gundogan. They've got a lot. Is it Real Madrid? Who've got a 16-year-old playing for them, or a 17-year-old? Is it? I think he scores. I think he scores as well. I think he might be Brazilian, but I'm sure he's 16, 17, playing in the either Barcelona or Real Madrid. Well, Sunderland were getting beat 1-0 by Norwich. Yeah. Imagine playing for Barcelona when you're 16. I mean, wait a minute. What is there to do after that? On the bench, yeah. Let's have a look what's making the news today. Football. Arteta, Arteta, like, got the Arsenal fans, because he was rotting his ass in, wasn't he? He must have been one game away. He must have been one game away from getting sacked at Arsenal last season. Could be the end of the Borough top, right? If we get beat, we'll have to go in the washer, and then probably all the letters will probably fall off of that. They've got to make the money, haven't they? Bless them. Money in them pumpkins. Oh, just a little recap. So I've gone back to work this week, and there's a few golfers at work. I've sold £60 worth of golf balls, and I sold £40 worth to somebody who Louise knows. So I've sold £100 of golf balls without doing anything. So it does pay eventually. I will be. Jim will be pleased to know that I will be showing that live as well. The full live. But does anyone else know? I think it's a well known thing now that you can't get. Yeah, you can't get the live chat replayed when you're watching when you're watching replays of live. The live chat isn't there anymore, is it? I've heard a few people saying it, but I thought it was like a setting or something. Did you hear about last Saturday, Jim? Did you hear about last Saturday when we got that? Me and Louise tried to get a three-piece suite in the house. Like after an hour of trying to wedge it through the door and that, we both like sort of nearly give up. The worst thing was we'd already smashed the old settee up. That was in the front garden. So in the front garden at one point we had the old smashed up one and the new one that we just wedged in the door and couldn't get in. So we both like just ready to give up until I said, let's have a look on YouTube. So I down first video, fucking geezer. 1.5, 90 seconds long. Showed us how to get it in. I had to take the arms off. I had to take the arms off the brand new settee. Like, you do have to make a cut underneath. And you turn your settee over. There was the big arms that were stopping us, like getting it in. Honestly, that go, mate. We did everything. We did everything, man. It just wasn't going to fit in the dimensions, just wrong. But anyway, this bloke showed us in the video. You turn your settee over, and the bottom of it, like it's just like some sort of material, isn't it? Just to keep everything in. It's all stapled in. But you have to make a cut down there with your blade, and right there in front of you, there's like you can see 3 bolts sticking out with a 13mm nut on and a washer. Take them 3 off, the whole arm of your settee comes off, and it's just like that's standard. That's standard, like on every settee. Because we were looking at it, you're looking at it and you're thinking, because you wouldn't think it's just held on with bolts. But anyway, took the arm off. Only took one arm off, yeah. Took one arm off, fucking straight in the door. Mate, the relief was unbelievable. Because at one point, we thought we haven't got nothing to sit on. This is not going in the house. So then we found out a couple of days later, after struggling on, right? It was only me and Louise trying to get the swing. A couple of days later, the bloke over the road bumped into him. He said, "Oh, I seen you on Saturday, trying to get that suite in." I thought, "Oh, next one, mate. Cheers for your helping." Even at one point, I even knocked on next door because he's a gadgie like me. I thought, I just need another set of eyes here, just somebody else to tell us what if we're doing something wrong here, or is this going to go in that gap? And there was nobody in, so but it was a good film, and I tightened that last nut and turned it over, got it all in. So happy days. But there's always a way, and usually, I've heard that as well, But that's about at one point. That's what we. I don't know if Louise was, but I was looking at that window thinking, would it fit through that window? Oh, that's horrible, man. When you just like can't see the wood for the trees, like you just there's a problem and you can't see like a solution. Yeah, Jim, you would have been laughing like if we'd have been doing that, like a lad, something it's like the Chuckle Brothers. Even the Chuckle Brothers couldn't have got that in. Here he is, Joe. We're not sure what Joe this is, which Joe it is. Whether we're thinking it was Joe Lindsay, because Joe Lindsay, I'm sure he's another Scottish fella. A little bit, a little bit of mystery surrounding this Joe. Just like this week, there's been a few brutal. It is Joe Lindsay. Respect, Joe. Big up with Joe. And I think you are a Scot, aren't you, mate? Or am I wrong? Yeah, there's been a few rotten comments this week, like real, like below the belt ones. Even me, right? Screenshotted two little bits of chat where there was some like discussing comments. And I know they were by, they have been in here. They don't come in here anyway, but one of them is still about, quite active in chats. The other one, I think, was just made up on that day, but some of the stuff, people laughing as well, people People should know better. Like, yeah, man, that's fair play. That Joe. I mean, I thought it was you because there ain't many Joes that come in here, but yeah, man, we don't have to hide anything in here. You know what I mean? That's it, man. Yeah, Jack. Also, was right about that. We were taken aback by how bad it was. Like, um, well, you'll have seen a bit of it. You'll seen a bit. You used to watch Daryl, didn't you? So Daryl always had a bit of like argy bargy on his lives, didn't he? So you sort of knew, but it has took a turn for the worse the last 6 months. It's not looking good for the borough, either. Not looking good at all. Like. Oh, I did. Just saying there, Slim. Did you? We all. I think the people in here. Does everyone remember Jeff? The one on in the title of that rerun that I did last night. Can you remember him, Slim? You will. He was like he just come on the scene, didn't he? Through his partner Joanne Graham. Um, but what you've got to appreciate is that all that last night when he was talking, he didn't. The only other channel he'd been on was Daryl's, and he didn't know any of this community or what people were like, or so he was oblivious to it all. But if you listen to him, he's done 20 years inside. A good friend of his. That it was funny if you were listening to it properly. It was good because I didn't know. I only realised as we were talking, he's on about that some bloke, a friend of his, when he was in prison, was fought a bare knuckle boxing champion or the governor or something. And I was like, nah, he can't be DH. But it was. He said, I can't remember his name. I said, Decker Heggie, but that's him. He didn't know anything about Decker Heggie in this on YouTube. But his friend, a Welsh bloke, I can't remember his name. And it's true because I remember now, I've seen the fight. Yeah, man, his stories from prison and that, and he's got hours and hours like that, like last night. It's just easy listening in it, filling a few hours in. You don't hear much of Joanne Graham now. You very rarely see her. But she was on with the, I'd say, for a good few weeks. Jeff was jumping on a lot of panels, and then he just stopped. But I know he's working away and that, a lot. But he did embrace the YouTube, especially me and Darren, and like he had a good sense of humor as well. Type of person who you'd want like as a regular, like if you had a channel, you know what I mean? Yeah, I think we are. I think everyone is on there. But am I right? Somebody said it's on, starts at 6 and finishes at 9, or the show starts at 6. It's like everyone, right? Everyone slagged off that KSI Tommy Fury thing, but just as a spectacle, like if you're not expecting good quality boxing, it was a good show, man. I enjoyed it. I think for drama and everything, wasn't it? Like even when it all kicked off after the thingy fight, And everyone was in the ring just seeing all that. I mean, that was all part of the show, isn't it? You don't see that on Sky Sports, do you? Like I said a few times now, I spoke to him a few weeks ago. He just had his 40th birthday. He's doing all right, just busy, any man. He's non-stop, Darren. I don't know. He did say that he does listen in now and again. But he said to me, he said, doesn't mix his words. He said, lad, I'm looking at your live, lad. 4 hour live. He said, so obviously I'm watching it back. He said, I'm scrolling along to see when you've got someone, see who you've got on. He said, lad, there's fucking no one on, lad. You're on your own. He said, you've got to get some people on your panel, lad. I said, all right, all right. I think she's fucking Terry Wogan. Undercard 6 p.m. Yeah, we'll probably have it on. Yeah, he's mad as a box of frogs, though, isn't he? Absolutely fucking bad. You know, when you watch a game for 90 minutes, doesn't it seem like? See there, I think for the halftime statistics, right, of the Borough game, it said something like five fouls, right? That's 5 free kicks. But when you're watching the match, doesn't it seem like it's every minute, every 30 seconds is that foul or the throw in? Like, it's when you see, well, it's hard to imagine a 0-0 game, isn't it? If you haven't watched the game and someone says, what's the score, 0-0? It's like, what are they doing for 90 minutes? Say, can't put the ball in a fucking net and all the money they're getting paid. Yeah, man, we didn't. I don't think we've seen the best of Darryl now because he's got some stories. Darryl, let me tell you, man, some of his fucking stories, they're legendary. Funny, funny as fuck. But he didn't get to tell all of them. Passing accuracy, 85% for Borough, 72% in the attacking third, 4 key passes. That's it, innit? That's it, though. It's like when you see the big teams, you know, even the likes of Man United. If you support Man United, you expect to win anyway, don't you? You've got, you know, doesn't matter who you're playing. Over the years, you support Man U, you're going to be winning more than you losing. But I'm still pretty sure that 100% of fans would still say they'd rather lose 4-3, you know, than lose 1-0. You know what I mean? You know what, mate? Cheers for that. I am the best that I've been for a couple of months. Just gone back to work this week. I think you know that I've been off for half a year. I've been off for 6 months, believe it or not. Still couldn't believe it. When I went back Monday, couldn't believe it that I've been off for 6 months. Man. It flew over. But yeah, man, still got to lose a bit off the old kite, though. put about a stone on. Few people have said this, like UFC is pretty new to me, but I'm late to the UFC thing. I've heard of Francis Ngannou, and I know what it's all about, the UFC and that. But I can't see there being any other. I can't see there being any other UFC fighter who could put up a fight with Tyson Fury. You know what I mean? It was only going to be him, wasn't it? But have you seen the money they're getting? So Tyson Fury signed a 3-fight deal with whoever this is, the Saudis, or for £200 million or $200 million, whatever it is. But if you break it down over 3 fights, he's getting about 65 million just for tonight. And there's not even a belt up for grabs or anything. Well, they've created a belt, haven't they, the Saudis? Well, they're trying to get into everything, man. They're muscling the way into golf. They're trying to get a breakaway to it. And they will, because it's all that, isn't it? Oh, it's fucking. Have you been watching it, Davey? I've been watching it, yeah. Not like I haven't took my eyes off it, but just looking at the stats there, I think we've hit the bar, and I think we've had about 5 or 6 chances where you could have scored. I think they've had 2 and scored both of them. Is it a 10-rounder? Is it for 10? Is it 3-minute rounds? Oh, he got beat up a bit, didn't he? Big shout out to Paul Venice, who was in this chat this time last week. And if you do listen, if we get if somebody like Venice comes in, yeah, like obviously he's a Borough lad, he's a big name on YouTube. He's used to getting a bit of grief. Fact, I know you give grief to people, mate. You're quite welcome to all of that. But if he does come in, just we'll all try to take it a bit easy on him, you know what I mean? Because although I like Paul, and I'm sure people in here, I'm sure he's put up with a lot worse. So he's like somebody going on about how many trainers he sold or whatever. But you know what I mean, anyway, don't you? What else I don't get is, as a UFC fighter fighting Tyson Fury, he's got to have I mean, he's got his gloves on that Garner. He's got to have. He's got to want to kick him, and he or dive on him. He must be stopping himself. That's where I can't understand how, like, just forget where you are for a second, and instinct kicks in, and just start kicking the fuck out of him. That's what happened in one of their fights last week on the undercard of the KSI fight. It was the lad who was fighting. Was it Jake or Logan? One of the Pauls. He was crap, wasn't he? I always get them mixed up. So who fought? Who fought last week? Was that Logan or Jake? Because they're both in boxers now, don't they? But one of them's half decent. That one last week, he's half decent. So this Ngannou, is he like? Did he ever get beaten? Did he get beaten UFC, or was he unbeaten? Oh, Jesus Christ! There was a funny style going on though, wasn't there, Deco? Funny style going on there. So I mean, it must be hard. You could see, you Tommy must have just been thinking of the dollars. He's in the ring. He must be thinking, "What the fuck do I do with this bloke here? He's just bouncing about, and he like a gazelle." Something wrong if we don't score. That's a pen. Oh. If you think about it, though, he isn't. He's only been boxing what for a couple of years. I know he spent a lot of money, training and whatever, and but he doesn't look phased. Doesn't look phased in the ring. Like, what's Wilder doing now? Has he come back? Is he going to give it another shot? Like, because let's face it, right? Let's face it, right? We all we've got. You can have your opinion about Deontay Wilder saying he's only got a right thunderbolt, but that right hand got him to within a second of beating Tyson Fury. You know what I mean? Because let's face that's what it was. He was 2 seconds away from being world champion money, and that would have made everything would have been different. Yes, Charlie, mate. Big up the Charlie. Big up the golfers. Oh, does anyone see me community post? So while I've been off, I've watched a lot of golf tournaments every week on Sky. I've watched a few. I watched the Ryder Cup, and I've been saying all season back. Colin Morikawa. I've been watching him. He's playing consistent. He's going to win in the next. He's going to win this season. For some of the tournaments, he was 40-1. Anyway, I just happened to look because I know the season's like nearly over for the golf. I just pressed on the PGA Tour app on my phone. The first thing was Colin Morikawa winner last week. Couldn't believe it. Didn't didn't have a penny on him. Yeah, so that right hand got him a long way, didn't it? It's like a heavyweight though. What the great heavyweights, yeah, the of all the great heavyweights always had good physique, like muscular. Because let's face it, Tyson, he's not he's too big to have the perfect physique, and he's like defined. He's got carrying a lot of weight, in he. But then you've got AJ who hasn't got he hasn't got an inch of fat on him, has he? But I know that the tired on of these physiques, these physiques, they take a lot of oxygen, don't you? When you've got the muscles and that. That's why you see AJ like flat out, and he flat out after 5 rounds or whatever. So did Ngannou have a signature move in UFC? What he used to like a finishing move? Was he headlock, Boston Crab, or was it the old half Nelson? Jesus Christ! Keeper's just pulled a worldie off there, our keeper. Should have been 3. Or was he a puncher, was he? What a combo, just straight. Because the UFC that I've seen, because I'll be honest, I only really started watching it because of Daryl, because Daryl and Scouser, they were always on about it. And I'd be on a panel with them and I wouldn't have a clue who they're on about. So I thought, I need to know a little bit about this. So I started watching a bit of it. Obviously, everyone knows Conor McGregor. And so to be a good UFC, to be a champ, you've got to have a couple of disciplines. Is it jiu-jitsu? Jiu-jitsu and like kickboxing or whatever. I tell you what though, Biggie's comeback fight was his face. How did he beat Eubank Jr.? Beat Beefy up like, didn't he? And he was one punch away from retiring, wasn't he? If he didn't win that fight with Beefy there, the rematch was finished basically. Battered him, didn't he? So what's next for him now? He's been shouting Triple G out. Or Canelo, was it? That's it, mate. In the few years to come, if you're into golf, right, and I mean, it's going to be, I don't know how they've even kept him under wraps now, but Tiger Woods' son, mate, you'd have seen nothing like that when he turns professional. I think he's 14 or 15 now, and he's already better than his dad. So they're obviously they're keeping him under wraps. You very rarely see any footage of him. You know what I mean? But let me tell you, when he gets his education or whatever, when he goes, he's big, wherever he does, college or whatever, uh, he'll turn pro in the next few years and he'll just clean up. You'll see nothing like it. But it's not as easy as it looks. But saying that, right, you could use this in a lot of sports. And then there's a few examples, like equipment and that. It's like the equipment, like if you're talk about golf, you can't play golf without a golf ball, can you? And obviously they've changed over the years. So it's hard to compare like Rory McIlroy or Tiger with Jack Nicklaus or Nick Fowler or Sam Snead. When you look at some of the stuff they had to play with, the balls and that, and I know the courses have got longer, but you know what I mean? But another example is in athletics, yeah. So obviously nutrition and that's changed for athletes and the way they train and there are a lot it's we know a lot more about the body, don't we know? How we get the best out of it, like an athlete. So then that tells you that after you see in every Olympics, there's world records get broke every Olympics. So people are running faster, people are running faster for longer, people are throwing a javelin longer. Uh, everything. People are doing the high jump, 2 meters or whatever it is. But there's one record, I think it's a 1500, isn't it? And it still stands now. I think it's either Steve Coe or Steve Ovett or Seb Coe. And I'm pretty sure it's 1500 meters, and it stood for like 30 years, 35 years, 40 years. How was that possible? I'm sure I seen last week some bloke in a marathon. It was a proper marathon, proper athlete, be one of these Ethiopians or something. Just knocked, just knocked something like 10, knocked a couple of minutes, 10 minutes or something off the marathon world record. And now they've got to be close to the first person, right, to break 2 hours for the marathon. That's, what is it, 26 miles? Is it 26 mile in 2 hours? That's an average of 13 mile an hour for 2 hours. A lot of people do, you know. Yeah, a lot of people say that. How can you watch golf on telly? But what they've done with it now, mate, the camera work and that, it's like you're watching a computer game. Some of the pictures you get are unbelievable, Charlie. You know, like the Ryder Cup. Did anyone see the first tee of the Ryder Cup? Well, actually, the Thingy Cup the week before, what the women played, Solheim Cup, mate. You've never seen anything like that in golf. You're talking, I think there was a few thousand people around the first tee at the Solheim Cup, yeah, the women's version of the Ryder Cup. And you've got 2,000 golfing fans out on, built up on this little arena that's being built around the first tee, and the players are walking on like the like they're on a red carpet at a premiere, and the golfers band are coming out to it, and everyone dancing and they're playing music. I'm like, fucking hell, you got to hand it to Sky. They've made it something that you can watch. It's sort of like hitting the ball. It's like second now to just to the spectacle of it all and the money. 26.2 miles, that's 13.1 mile average to go under 2 hours. I don't know about you, but I can like run up the road 13 mile an hour for 2 minutes. It's looking like a bad day for Bury, like that come to an end. I bet Stoke are shit as well. I bet Stoke are bottom of the league and we have won for about 10 games. That's usually what happens. Oh, here he is. Here he is. I was wondering where he was. He only comes out when Borough get beat. I'll let him off as well. Just because the Sunderland are winning, they were getting beat 1-0, weren't they? They were beating Norwich, but we beat them in their shit. But Stoke, this is what Borough do, man. They get you flying, and then they just drop you like a lead balloon. Let's have a look at where Stoke are. No, Stoke wouldn't. No, Stoke will been playing all right. Actually, they're only 1 point behind us. So, Swanee, what is happening? What's happening, brother? What's going on YouTube? And does anyone want to jump on? You don't have to, but it means you don't have to listen to me, you know what I mean? Look at this one here. And if you're a real fan, Swanee, and you think you've got a good memory, right? Who came on? Who went on Pablo's panel and told him to give me my spanner back? Who got me my spanner back? Oh, you're right, I was butthurt. Seriously. Devoid. I just wanted to know why. I was like, and now obviously, looking back, like in hindsight, is a brilliant thing, isn't it? You know what I mean? Looking back, it's now, is it, bro? I remember I was absolutely wounded. Like, that was my prized possession. You were like part of a gang, you know what I mean? You were, I think, yeah, man. Oh, are you turning that off? You're not going to make these 10 people put them off the dinner, mate, are you?
Oh, Moon, you alright, man?
What is happening? What's
I tell you
happening,
what,
bro?
I'm in shock, me. Fucking Sunderland winning today.
They were getting beat 1-0, weren't they?
I 1-0 down, mate. Aye.
What was it? 2 own goals like that? Not a Chusma.
No, mate. Dan Neil, he scored one. Jack Clark.
Yeah. So, 20, let's get it right. How much of a footy fan are you, and how much of a Macam are you? When did you start going to matches and that? Like,
Not today. It's me only day off today, and I've got loads of fucking shit to do, mate. So
yeah. No, but are you a proper Macam though? Are you like a Macam through and through, or are you just?
Oh, I've had a season ticket for a few years. You know what I mean? I just go to all the matches.
Yeah.
Just when life fucking, you know, you've got to do things in life, mate. You put football on the back burner, but you'll always support them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So do you look back at the Niall Quinn days, and are you going that far back? Niall Quinn and what was he called? The little fella who scored all the goals, Kev Phillips. He was good in like, wasn't he?
Mint, mate. I fucking only paid 300,000 for him or something like that. 300,000 from Watford. Got him from Watford. Really good player, mate.
The only thing was he was unlucky. He was unlucky because Shearer was playing at the same time as him, and he played for England, didn't he? Because he never got many caps.
He got one call up, and you know, like at the time was like fucking Les Ferdinand, Shearer. Fucking, there was some good players like Ian Wright was fucking just finishing his career, wasn't he? Some good strikers England had back in the day. Have you watched that? Have you watched that David Beckham thing on Netflix? It's fucking good. That like,
I enjoyed it. Quality. I love Beckham anyway. I like Beckham.
Why? I was living in Sulgrave in Washington Flats when England played Greece, and Beckham had the last shot of the fucking game, that free kick, and it sent us through to the Euros, didn't it?
Yeah.
Class, mate, class. I still remember that day. Like, it was class, man.
Oh, but have you watched all 4 episodes?
Aye, mate. It's fucking. I enjoyed it, mate. It's fucking.
Everything he touches, though, eventually it turned to gold, didn't it? Even when he went to America and that, what it was like when he first went, it was shit, wasn't it?
For somebody, he's got a lot of respect in the footballing world, doesn't he? When he went to Real Madrid and like Roberto Carlos and all that, put his arm around him, didn't he? And like give him a bit of respect because he was going through a bad time at first. And then like he turned out to be one of the best players there. Figo, they all just embraced him, didn't they? But like to be somewhere there, like with all the superstars and that, you think fucking hell. You know what I mean?
But that's just the football, though, Swanee. And then there was like his life after his life with football, with Posh Spice and that. I mean, how he even managed to play football with that life, I don't know. Like,
exactly. I want to know how he fucking gets his fucking clothes. Not ever seen his clothes for the whole week. He likes getting them ready, doesn't he? Like a proper designer clothes and all that, man. It's mad as fuck.
OCD, and he proper OCD.
Definitely. He does it
I
all
reckon
himself.
you're a bit OCD. Are you a bit OCD?
Why? Sometimes I am, mate, but like I keep myself tidy and that. But I keep
You
myself
don't
tidy.
turn the lights off and that like 20 times on out like that before you
Nah,
go
nah.
to bed. Or...
I didn't say no like that, mate.
So, Swanee, what?
Like, do you know what it is? Like with this spanner business, man, like I wonder why you got your spanner took off you, because you used to bend over backwards to help fighting trolls. I mean, you've done everything for him, and I mean, he took his spanner off you.
You know, it is right. It is bad, but it's not as bad as getting blew out by a film boy, though.
It was like, do you know what it is as well? You got your spanner back. I never got mine.
No, what happened there, man? What happened though? I remember, like, he just blew you out, didn't he? Proper dropped you like a fucking lead balloon.
You know what I mean? I was hurt and I was fucking, I didn't get no explanation, or I was just got destroyed, mate. I got used and abused.
But you've gone back though since, haven't you? Have you got the answers of it? Because I would put it on him, mate. Like,
well,
if I was a proper man, would put it on him. Like.
I've tried to address the issue, and it's just been pushed under the carpet time and time again,
Well, I mean,
if
I'm going to get the bottom of it. Like.
I'll say, where's my spanner? He'll just miss that comment, and he'll read other comments, so it must hurt. Like, the reason why he took his spanner off him, it must hurt him, He mustn't want to talk about it, man.
So, you know what? You went missing for ages. What were you doing there? Like, you just having like a sabbatical now, big grafter now.
I lost one job and I had to get another job, so I changed shifts. And it was like changing shifts. I had to get up like 4 o'clock in the morning, 3:30 in the morning, to get there for 6. You know what I mean? So I was fucking knackered. I was going to bed early, getting up early. It's a fucking nightmare, mate. So I was just one of them things, man.
So you've always been a grafter, mate. That's what I like about you. You can't handle your drink, but you.
Same with you, mate. You, Smithers. You know what I mean? You cannot sponge off the system, man. You know what I mean? I couldn't do that. I didn't get us wrong. I have been on the fucking rock and roll, but when you need to, just for a couple of months, like if you lose jobs and thinking, but I've always grafted me, mate.
Yeah. So, what's up? How's the love life? You had any? Been out on any dates? And if you have, what was he called?
No, I haven't. I've give all that up now, mate. I'm too long in the tooth for chasing fucking women about and that, mate. Now,
What? So you're just going to pay for it from now on, or?
I hopefully get it for free. You know what I mean? But
2 freebies, yeah. You're not interested, eh? No.
No,
you've got a dog, haven't you? What have you still got your dog?
She's upstairs somewhere, mate.
What is she? Oh, it's coming up with Bob Bunty night. What's she like on Bunty night?
She's not any bother, like, she's alright. What have you still got your bull?
Yeah, you know what? There's been a few bangs, right, over the last few nights, and all she's done is like prick her ears up. I think she's going to be all right. But I know.
Not too bad, like. That's what mine does. Just like thingy, but it doesn't get like fretty on out like that, mate. Really.
Yeah.
See you later, Charlie. Ken, right, lad. Where is Smithers now? Where's fucking Smithers?
I don't know where he is. He's normally in here. I don't know. His wife might have him cleaning or something. He does a lot of cleaning on a weekend.
Does he get the weekends off, or is he grafting on a weekend now and then?
He's a bin man now, isn't he?
Is that what he's doing?
Yeah, he's got on the bins, man, on the council.
Oh, he was working the vapes, making the vape liquid and that.
Oh, that's his sideline, that.
Is that what he's doing? Footing the bin men and that. That's an alright job, that,
Yeah, he started this. I think he's just finished his second week, but yeah, man.
That's fucking alright. That's a good job, that. You know what I mean? Fucking ideal.
Yeah, he left the other place. It was under a bit of a shadow, like, because there was 3 of them, and they got rid of him, and he's been there longer than all of them.
The gaffer must have had a little fucking bee in his bonnet or something, you know? Like, he must have had a fucking bee in his bonnet. Might have been fucking.
You would have been asking the question, wouldn't you?
Why? Same as the spanner with a film boy, not it? You know what I mean? You just.
Well, yeah.
He hasn't getting the answers, has he? He hasn't getting the answers. Like, oh, I'm getting the answers about my spanner. You know?
No, he'd rather have Queen Gambino sat next to him than you.
Aye, that's it, like, that's it.
What do you make of her? Yeah, mate, I was watching Deck of Hector the other day. Did you see it?
Well, I did. But that's the thing. I watched some clipper. You've watched the same thing. You haven't watched Deckers live. What you've done is watched the clipping, haven't you? And she was on.
Probably, yeah.
But
Ringpool was on as well, wasn't he, Dr. Ringpool?
Oh, fucking hell. What's he doing, man? He
was on the same panel as Gambino. They were bigging up Decker.
He's a funny one because, you know, he's controversial, isn't he, for fucking entertainment views and that. Dr. Akpol, he's controversial, isn't he? He just to get like views and all this and that, but there's better ways to fucking do it than gone on his fucking panel, isn't there? I wouldn't go on his panel, you know.
You know what though, Swan, apparently all them, you know, he's got 20,000 subs, right, on one of his channels. But that had nothing to do with this YouTube. It was something to do with bodybuilding and that.
Who, that
Rackpool.
Aye, Rackpool. Aye, that's it. Aye, fucking, he's got loads of American fans, hasn't he?
Yeah. But now, I think deep down he's just total, everything's a wind up with Rackpool. Don't take anything seriously.
That's exactly what it is, isn't it? With Rackpool, it's all like for entertainment. He does mad things, for entertainment, doesn't he?
I mean, is it right that he owns a toy shop or something?
Right, he's supposed to have action figures and that, hasn't he? He does that now, doesn't he? Remember when Astrid got a hat? He asked for fucking years, didn't he? For months and months. He ended up getting a hat and set fire to the cunt.
Them were the days, mate. Them were the days.
Yeah.
Funny. So, can you remember it well, won't you? The Pablo cesspit war, yeah? You were either up with the cesspit.
It was funny as fuck. Oh, it was funny as fuck.
I can remember when Filmboy, when the cesspit first come up and we were in Pablo's, and Pablo would say, like, who's this Filmboy character I keep hearing about? And then we go a couple of months forward and it kicked off, didn't it? It was funny as fuck.
Man, it was like when you were young and you used to fight like the opposite postcodes, wasn't it? It was fucking mad because it was when you're young, you have the area where you used to fight and you used to battle in that, and it was like that. It was brought it all back, man, didn't it? Fucking
but you know what though? It never got out of hand though, like it does now, did it? We probably hated each other, but it never got back like what it is now.
It was like we had we went in and we used to do the cesspit and the snake pit raid. All yous come over and done the raid, and then we would go. Funny as fuck.
But you know what? Through it all though, right? I knew that I thought you were sound, you know what I mean? I thought I'm not falling out with Swanee. So me and you had this little thing where we sort of stepped out of it, you know what I mean? We were on the other side.
We didn't go full in to what like you could, you know what I mean? We like sort of pulled back, even though we had different points of view, didn't we? We did have different points of view, you know what I mean? But it was kind of mad. It was funny as fuck. But like you see, it never got too serious. Did it? But it was mad.
It felt serious, but it was now like you weren't going to dock someone or put pictures of someone.
All that fucking carry on doxing people and kids and it's a dangerous fucking place sometimes, this fucking YouTube, innit? It's like fucking hell, man. You cannot have a laugh. It goes a bit further, doesn't it? It goes that one bit for.
Well, you know, have you got Facebook or out like Swan?
I have, mate. But I've
you can't even put stuff on there anymore now because of these dogs. You know what I mean?
I've only got like a couple of pictures on Instagram. I didn't really use that, you know, on Facebook. I didn't put any pictures on there because he didn't know what's going on these days, mate. Fucking all it takes is folly to fucking get followed, and then they make fake profiles and put you on Grindr and all that shit. That's what they're doing these days, isn't it?
You have done it. Pissed the wrong people off.
That's
so
the thing.
you've been on with tunes. You're quite comfy on tunes, panel, aren't you? You like tunes, don't you? Or you did.
I tell you what, I tell you what, I do like tunes, mate. I think he's funny as fuck. He's got to be careful. Do you know what it is? I think he's got to be careful of getting involved, because I know he's just doing it for jokes and banter and the bits of chew and all that. But he's got to be careful not to get dragged into people's arguments. You know, like some certain arguments with his doxing and all that. He's got to be careful, hasn't he? Yeah. I think he's alright, tunes, mate. I think he's alright. What about you, mate? You get on with tunes as well, didn't you, mate?
Yeah, I mean, I said to him about 6 months ago he needs something else, because it's just the same thing all the time with him, you know. Used to be the army. When he was in the army, done 6 weeks in the army when he was 16. Talking like he's a veteran, you know what I mean? That or muscles, he'll talk to you about muscles all day. But deep down, I think he's a decent bloke.
Well, he is.
And that's all you got to think of. But I'm sick of putting YouTube on. It's all just tunes. I'm scrolling up. It's tunes.
It's a different era now, isn't it? Different people and different era. And
what you got to think about as well, look, Swanee, is that like you're a single bloke there. You can do what you want. He's got a wife and a kid there while all this is happening. You know what I mean?
If I had a relation, like a family or whatnot, lass and bands and that, I wouldn't be able to have the time for this, mate. It's hard to get the time now. Being a single lad.
Have you got a match on there?
Just a stream, yeah. 3-1 now, something like.
Is it?
I think that Rusin, that new Ukrainian Gadgies scored. What's that, mate?
Can you remember when I said to you, one of my mates' wife's daughter was moving up to Sunderland from Portsmouth? Right. You signed that keeper. What was he called?
Alex Bass.
Yeah. What happened to him then?
Well, he just never got his chance, mate. It was because Patterson's playing that well. The Sunderland lad who we've got in goal now, like, he's the next Jordan Pickford, sort of. You know, he's a local lad, Sunderland lad. And he plays that well. It's hard for him to get. He used to get the odd cup game, that Bass. Where's he gone now? I think he's went to League One, a team in League One. But he's better than that. He's a good kid.
Did he have a contract though? I'm sure he said he had a year or 2 years.
I think he had a 2-year contract, mate, and just sold him. And we got that Bishop from Man United. We've got a young Man United keeper in now.
Yeah. So you were owned by some French geezer now, aren't you? Some French he owns.
Kyle Lewis Dreyfus is what is it? His mum has something to do with Monaco, and his stepdad has something to do with Bordeaux or something like that.
Where did they make the money? What have they made the money in, like the family?
I think it was like fucking insurance and in the stock market. His dad. I think some kind of insurance company or something. But that Kyle Lewis Dreyfus, he's only like, 23 or something? Something like that, mate. He's only young.
So is he like? Is he living in Sunderland? Like, is he made himself a Macam, like, or what?
Well, I think he has got he's still got his houses over France and that, but I think he is mainly living over even in Sunderland now. Well, Durham, I think it is Durham.
Yeah, he sounds like a bit of. So is he a bit of a playboy or what?
No, mate, he's got his head screwed on. He's all focused on business, and he's just bought some fucking. Was it another football team or an American football team or something? He's just bought something. I forgot. I fucking was flicking through the other day. Some kind of sport venture. Him and the other chairman. What we've got. I've forgotten his name now.
Didn't somebody die? One of your ex-chairman died last week, didn't he?
Somebody died.
Sure he did. It was one of your main. He was chairman for a long time, you know. Bit like Jack, bit like Thingy John Hall is.
Oh, I tell you what it is, mate. I've never heard now.
I'll tell you why. Because obviously Bob Charlton died, didn't he? There was another famous footballer died, Bill Gates, right? Who used to play for England, for Borough. He was a Borough legend. He died. Yeah, he used to have a shop, right? It used to have a sports shop in Borough.
Why?
When I was a kid, everyone, if you wanted anything to do with sports, you went to Bill Gates. Yeah,
I thought you meant Bill Gates, who owns Microsoft, mate.
I know, mate, yeah. So, have you had a phone up? What's the shifts you working like, Swan? You doing nights and all that?
I'll do backs and days.
Well, 6 till 2 is that?
Who is that telephone? It's a picture, mate. What's that, sorry, Moon?
6 till 2 and 2 till 10.
Aye, that's what I do, mate, aye.
Have you done the 12 hours before, the continentals, or?
Well, I have done in other jobs, mate. I've worked fucking. We used to do 13-hour night shifts. What I think we used to do 12-hour day shifts, and then we used to do 13-hour night shifts. What I thought was completely stupid. It should have been the other way around, because night shift, you're fucking knackered. Should have been 12-hour night shift and 13-hour days if we're going to do it like that.
What's happening at Nissan now, mate? Is Nissan still a big employer up there, or is Nissan quieting down now?
Aye, it's all the battery plant, isn't it? It's all the battery cars and that now. All like, it's still going, like, mate. It's still going, like.
Still the production. They're still producing them.
Aye, they're still producing. I know some contractors are only doing certain shifts, like some are only doing night shifts, some are only doing day shifts. So, but I've been told that they're going back onto 3 shifts and that. So it's picking up again.
Because you never hear about it, like in the northeast, especially, like it's all industry, isn't it? You know, Borough's got its chemical plant, but they're all shut down. But now the Borough, all the work is coming to the northeast, you know, on the wind farms and all that.
Aye, people are going to college to do their wind farms
and that. There's going to be loads of money coming into the northeast the next few years. Loads of jobs.
Well, I tell you what it is, I hate to see it, but them people who's bought Newcastle, they'll bring a lot of jobs, and I think as well when they go to Europe, because there they are in the Champions League now. They've getting into Europe is quicker than what I thought they were going to. I thought it was going to take about 5 years, but it's been instantly with them, like.
Yeah, so I hate to say it, but I watched on Netflix. I watched the Newcastle one, you know, like the Beckham one, about Newcastle. And it was all about when they took over. And, you know, it was like cameras in the dressing room and the chairman. And it was fucking brilliant, mate. It's brilliant.
There's a good buzz around Newcastle now, isn't there?
Like, that woman has got shares in it, hasn't she? There with the weird eyes.
Amanda Stavley.
Yeah, well, she's like, she could have. She's black and white through and through. She loves it. She can't get enough of the place. She said she's never seen an atmosphere like it. It's enjoyable.
She's got something to do in Newcastle. I think her parents or something used to be in Newcastle, didn't they, when they were growing up? She's got something to do in Newcastle.
Yeah.
What's the Borough score now, Moon? Is it still fucking?
It's 2-0, mate, with 2 minutes to go. It's like, we played all right.
When you beat us, you seem to have picked up. But you were having a slow burner at the start, and then you played us, you beat us, and you seem to have getting a stride. You got a stride, and you stepped a couple of. I think it was 3. You won your 4 games or 3 games before you played us, and then you played us, won us, and you seem to like pick right up and that. But the past couple of matches has been a bit thingy, hasn't it, mate? Bit hit and miss.
You know what? This would have been our 7th win on the trot in the league. 7 on the trot. We've never.
7 in a
I think
row.
we were
Decent, that, you know.
It was going to be a new record. I think a new club record, and we've just we've had chances though. We just can't score. Oh,
you've sold a couple of good players, haven't you? You sold a couple of good players. You didn't strengthen neither, did you? Did you buy anybody or?
No, did we, man? We'll always be a selling club.
You need to strengthen rather than sell, didn't you?
The thing is, not many of them do. Not many of them go on to better things when they leave us, are they? You know, they never end up doing anything. Downing
was greener, is it, mate?
Remember when Downing went to Liverpool? Liverpool bought.
He used to be class up. He used to run down that the wing, didn't he? And fucking whip the ball right away.
Yeah, 20 million there paid us for him. 20 million, and all he did was cross the ball.
That was a good amount of money, that, back in the fucking late 90s, wasn't it? Millennium.
And then on the right, we had your mate, Jigger Johnson. You know your mate?
Who's that?
Adam Johnson.
Oh, fucking hell. He was, I tell you what, he was a good player, him though, you know.
Oh, wasn't he, mate?
What a fucking
Jigger Johnson. He was a great footballer, but I felt sorry for him, you know, mate, because whatever he did,
he got 6 years for that. Yeah. When some of them do, you know, it's still bad, but fucking hell, he got 6 years for that. When some of them only get like fucking months, you know what I mean? It's like fucking whoa.
Imagine that's what he going from what he was at the top of his game, wasn't he? Was he getting anything call up?
Fucking really good player, mate. England. He was playing for England and just ruined his career in one moment. Fucking.
I mean,
he had I tell you what he had a beautiful fucking lass. He had a proper belter lass. He had a bairn. You'll not be able to see that bairn now, you know, when he gets out. I think he's got two.
One sec, Swanee, someone at the door, mate. 1 sec. You can talk to the chat.
Right, man. Who've we got in? Who've we got in the chat? Who's in the chat?
Yeah, go in there.
Is Fact still in here? I thought the Swan and Only was the Welsh fighter on 3D. Everybody thinks that. Who's in the
Get out.
Don't think anybody's in the telephone box, mate. I think they're just putting.
All right. Get out. Quick.
Fucking busy, ain't you? Yeah, it is.
I mean, this is the one.
Who's still watching? Is anybody still watching? Didn't do 6 week, didn't pass out. What's that mean? Didn't do 6 week, didn't pass out. Is anybody watching the fucking Fury and Ngannou fight, or is everybody not bothered about that?
Well, I'll be 2 minutes, man. 2 minutes.
No worries, man. I tell you what, is that fucking Francis and Ngannou? I hope Fury's not taking him lightweight, which he won't, like, but he's got a naughty fucking dig, hasn't he? He'll lift you off your fucking feet, that cunt. Come on, Sunderland. Fucking come on. 5 minutes over fucking injury time. Got 92 minutes. 3-1 up.
All right, lad, I'm back. Somebody just turned up there. You know, unexpected. Not for me, for our last, but I think they've come from Wales, apparently.
Aye. It's not Andrew G, is it?
I swear down, right. I've got 2%. My dim's just gone right down on here, Swanee. This might go off, mate, but if it does, man, massive respect.
Aye, mate, definitely.
Jump on whenever you can, you know what I mean?
Aye, mate. Mine's on 9% as well. It fucking hammers your battery, this is what we've done it.
Oh, mate, I had 80% on my tablet. I had 8%. Like 2 hours ago, and it's just all gone in.
Wipes it out. This phone is shit for battery, and anyway, you know, my other phone, that cracked the screen on it, what's fucked, that used to last fucking the Galaxy A71, good fucking batteries then. But this is a
Yeah.
S10 or something. Fucking battery runs out fucking couple of hours on this, I'm always charging the cunt.
That's all I can do now with these phones. Like, I mean, a brand new iPhone would be fucking wasted on me, like, because I couldn't use half the stuff that it did.
That's what it is, mate, isn't it? I've never ever had an iPhone in my life. Like, I've always had a Samsung or Nokia.
Yeah, I had an iPhone for 1 year, like an iPhone 6. I hated it, man.
Right.
Hated it.
It's just, I think it's complicated me. I've never had one.
Yeah, because everything has to go through like Apple or Microsoft, doesn't it?
It does, like, mate. Right, we've got 50 seconds left of the game.
No, we finished, like, we're beat.
You would have been above us as well. You would have been above us, if you fucking won and we lost.
Yeah.
I think you were above us. I think we might have pulled above now, but you were above us, and anyway, we would have stayed above.
Isn't it weird though how shit happens in football? How Tony Mowbray has ended up as like manager of Sunderland. Do you know what I mean?
I tell you what it is, mate. And when he come, I didn't want him because I remember when Alex Neil left, because it was a weird. I was working with all the Geordies, and they were buzzing that fucking Alex Neil just. We were supposed to have a press conference, and the press conference got delayed, and people were thinking, "What the fuck's happened?" And then it come up on the banter pages, "Oh, he's leaving, he's on his way down to Stoke now." We thought it was Geordie's winding us up, and he fucking did. He fucked off. And, the press conference next day or something happened, and he was saying, "Oh, sad news that he's fucked off to Stoke." And we're thinking, "Fucking Stoke."
I know, yeah, that's a kick in the teeth, isn't it?
Weird one, mate. It was a fucking weird one because he had a good team with us. He had a good thing, and then it's struggled a bit with Stoke. Like, he's got some decent players there. Like, he's got a fucking Gale and that, Dwight Gale, hasn't he?
Stoke have been in the Premiership, haven't they? They're a big team, man.
They are a big team, It's just a strange fucking thing.
It's hard work, the Championship, though, mate. It's hard to get out of.
You can be here for fucking years. It took us a year. It took us a fucking 6 years to get out of the about 4 or 5 years to get out of the League One. Fucking hell, that's a hard fucking league. Horrible.
That's brutal. That's brutal, isn't it?
Football. Oh, it's disgusting football to watch, mate. Just scrappy as fuck like Sunday League.
It's grassroots, isn't it, when you get down to the division.
The referees are terrible, the pitches are terrible, the stadiums.
I bet referees get punched the fuck in that league, like.
I tell you what, even though Luton beat us and they went up, I wanted Luton to do well in the Premier League, I just didn't. I would have been a class story for them. But they haven't been, all the teams that went up struggling.
It's
I think
like every game for them.
I think if Borough and Sunderland went up, I think would have fucking surprised a few teams. I think would have done better than the 3 that went up.
You reckon? Yeah, I mean,
Burnley was unfair. I think our fan base give us that extra man sometimes. I think Middlesbrough and Sunderland fan base give us that extra man. Fucking, like, when we're down, the fans can get behind them and we're pushing them on. I didn't know what Burnley and Luton and who else? Or Sheffield fans. I didn't know what them are like. But I know the North East fans are fucking, we'll get behind the team, man, and push them on sometimes.
As soon as the season ended last season and it all got worked out on the last day, we knew who was in the playoffs. All the Borough fans were like, "Yes, we're playing Sunderland in the final. We better book our tickets."
That's what we were thinking as well.
That's what happens, isn't it?
That's what we were thinking. I think we put all our eggs in one basket, but I think we were thinking, "Fucking hell, we can get Borough here. We can get fucking Borough and do it." You know what I mean? And yes, we're thinking exactly the same. Get past. And I don't think we took Luton serious. Who was the other one? Who did you play fucking?
Coventry, wasn't it? Coventry.
Yeah, that's it. Coventry. They were a bit of a horrible team to play against.
If you can't beat Coventry over 2 legs, you don't deserve to be in the Premiership.
The first leg, we absolutely smashed Luton, right? And we went to their place and they fucking just bullied us all match. The fucking They should have done that the first fucking leg. They just bullied us. The first fucking leg was smashed them. The young'uns just fucking went wild. But the second leg, they fucking bullied us, man.
Mm.
What's been happening on YouTube then, Moon? Has anything fucking been happening? How fucking all kinds, isn't there?
Mate, it's just tunes, isn't it? Everything's tunes, you know what I mean?
Tunes and John Smith. John Smith's fucking running away with things, isn't he? John Smith tunes and fucking Soldier, isn't it?
Isn't it, mate? I don't know, sorry, I watch a lot of it. I'm not gonna lie, I do watch too much, but tune at the minute it's all just tunes, isn't it? And banter and PP's never out the news.
PP's in there, isn't he?
Yeah, legend. No, it is though. It's funny. He's apparently PP's been kicked out, hasn't he?
I don't
know whether he's living in his car or what.
He's living in his car, so I've heard that as well. I've seen that, like, but he didn't. Dear. But it's a strange one. But he's still. If I was kicked out, I wouldn't be on fucking YouTube. I'd be looking for somewhere.
Exactly, mate. I mean, but you can't tell him, can you? You can't tell PP anything. You know what I mean? You'd think you'd give it up if your marriage was on the line, wouldn't you?
When you've got problems in your real life, you need to fuck YouTube life off and get back onto your fucking bits and bobs, like get your life sorted out, didn't you?
Yeah. So what else does he go in like? Do you watch any of Expo or out like that?
Yeah, I don't really watch Expo, mate. I have a quick 2 minutes now and then, but I didn't really. I haven't got any. I just didn't feel like I've got a fucking affiliation. I've gone out against a lad. He's doing his thing and he's got his thing going, but I didn't. I've just never really cracked onto him or out like that. You know what I mean? I just didn't. I think he's got a lot of fucking. What's up, mate?
So apart from xhamster, right, .com and PornTube, what is there any other channels that like would surprise us that you like watch?
I've been watching this fucking Korean Gadgie. He's living in England for a few months or something, and he's trying all the English food, what English people like. I mean, he's got the microphone right near his mouth and that, right, or something like that, and he's chewing on it, and you hear him get fucking chewing the food. He had, what was it, fucking cottage pie and fucking, he had a cheeky Nando's or something the other day, and you can hear him on it. I don't know, he's just trying all the English food, and I just watch daft stuff, me, you know what I mean?
What's the point of it? Is it all about the sound of the mouth, of the food?
Yeah, no, he just tries like English food, like fish and chips, because he's Korean who lives in America, and he's never had like some of our foods, and like you can't to the pubs and that, you know what I mean? He's just like a different way of life. He says he loves England and that.
So did you come across that?
It just come up, mate, just the fucking thingy. Just come up, he spent £100 on a chinkies the other day. And I just said, watch that cunt.
Does he get donations? Does he get donations?
He must have a canny bit of money because fucking he spent like £100 on Chinese the other day, and he spends like 80 quid on Nando's and that, so he must have a canny bit of money. I watch that Beard Meats Food. Do you watch him, like, Moon?
No.
Have you not watched him? He's this fucking fella, right? Beard Meats Food, right? He's a skinny fella, right? But he can't to the gym, but he'll go to these places where they do food challenges, like impossible fucking food challenges, and he smashes the cunts. But he's slim and that, he can't to the gym, so he fasts, he doesn't eat for a day, and then he'll go and smash that and get his meal for free. He's canny, mate. Have a look at him now. He's all right. Beard Meats Food.
What about Rate My Takeaway? Have you seen him?
I used to watch him all the time, mate. I used to always watch him. He's got a nice beard, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's making money, him, you know.
Big time, mate. Big time. And there's not a fucking one toxic person around that fucking his YouTube channel. You know, it's all fucking alright, isn't it? Rate my takeaway. He's a canny fella, mate.
I worked it out, right? I worked it out going through views and stuff on his videos. So he's getting like between 10 and 15 grand for every one of them he does.
Class, mate. Class.
It might be wrong. I might be wrong, and it might be more or it might be less, but I'm pretty sure because
he's getting good money.
Views
getting good money because he's even set his own businesses up, hasn't he? Like the fucking diners and that. He's got his own food places and that now. He's got kind of bit money. My phone's on 2% now, mate. So if it guns off, it will be gone off. So.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I plugged mine in, but massive respect, mate. You know it.
Yeah, mate. Sound man.
What you doing tonight? What you doing tonight?
Just an early night, mate. Just a fucking early night tonight. I'll have a flick through and have a bit crack on with tunes if he's about. Call him a minge. Yeah. And just early night. I got the gym in the morning, mate. Just fucking got back to the gym. I had a rest day today. Chilled out, have a bit pasta and that. So I'll have a good work.
Whoever's channel you go on, Swanee, always say to them, I had a great chat with Moon early on. What a Gadgie.
Why, mate, I will.
Always big the channel up, yeah?
Aye, fucking right, man.
Do you want to answer Joe's question or he'll kill me on the screen there? Can you see that?
What's it say? I can't wait there, mate. Moon, can you ask Swan what team does he support in the SPL? Scottish Premier League? I'm not fucking Scottish, man, Joe. I support
Scottish. For some reason, half my chat's Scottish, like.
It's running me, Joe. What about you, bud? What team do you support, like, Joe?
You know, Gav B, did you at the start of this? He's gone to the theme match today.
Oh,
Wraith Rovers versus Dunfermline.
Has he? Fucking hell. That is grassroots and all, isn't it? Fucking hell.
Yeah, I reckon there was 8,000 there. It must be a derby or something. 8,000 stars.
It's kind of like. I bet the atmosphere is good there, you know, as well, you know.
Yeah, we were torturing Gav earlier on. You know Gav, don't you? Have you met Gav?
Gav's all right. Gav's sound as fuck. He's
funny as fuck. We torturing though. So when he said he was going to the match, I asked everyone in the chat, right? I said, right, so we've got to work out what somebody like Gav B wears to go to a match. Oh, mate. Honestly, we had him in pink cords, bowling shoes, a cord jacket with leather arms, leather elbows and that.
Imagine when it's suspenders on, can you? Like Rock on Tommy, can you remember Rock on Tommy?
Yeah. Fucking hell. Well, yeah, you know Bob Cart?
Oh, aye, mate. I didn't know him, but I know who he is. I've seen him about that.
You know what I call him? He thinks he's a little waster, doesn't he? He thinks he's a little waster, you know, fucking what's he called?
Bobby Thompson.
Yeah, he thinks he's Bobby Thompson. No one said that to him yet. So if I ever get on the panel, he's Bobby Thompson.
Has he not been on here yet, mate? Has he not?
No, he hasn't been over here, no. He's a funny one, like, isn't he? But that's who he's trying to be. Straight away when he hears his voice.
He goes in on people, doesn't he?
Yeah, his humour's like, it's
dry as fuck, but he's deep in it.
It's all humour, yeah.
He had Gamer terrified, didn't he? Gamer was fucking terrified of him. Proper.
Yeah, you get on with flavours, don't you? Oh no, you fell out with flavours, didn't you?
Why? It was just one. It was like
that was mad. That's
backwards and forwards, but it did turn a bit like up and down. You know what I mean? It did get a bit serious.
You had a few swallies, you had a few buds, hadn't you?
I was chilling, mate. I was chilling, having a fucking drink with him because we had like a bit backwards and forwards. But I done that Conor McGregor thing where I pretended to apologise and that. And and he must have seen us right. Like his chat were all going in on us, you know what I mean? And I just started reading the chat, pissed up, took it all to heart. You know, you can't do that. You know, once the chat know you fucking, they've got you there, haven't they? You know, if you fucking show emotion and
chat,
you know,
but Swanee, the best thing about it was, right, and I was watching it live, right, is when you were asking for the link, come on, Flavours, I want to apologise, and he let you on, and you fucking did it again, didn't you?
I fell for it, man, didn't he?
There was no coming back from that. Like,
Nah, I
he's
got
all
what I
right
did.
players though. He's like,
You can only push your luck so much, can't you? Before you get your comeuppance on YouTube. And that was my comeuppance, you know. I was winding them up, you know.
so if he sees you in a chat, what's he gonna say? Like, is he gonna just
We didn't really go in on each other, you know what I mean?
Mate, he'd probably sort it out, you know, if you want to put it behind, he'd probably sort it out.
We're still out. I still see Flavours you owe us an apology or something like that, and then Quaver will come in. Get man didn't talk about when he's not here. She's always backing on his side, and she Quaver.
Mate, but me and Louise have watched them like Flavours and Quaver like since day one, and they've always been sound with us, like, and they are proper sound. Quaver's just Quaver, and she's fucking mad
as a box of frogs. She's all right, man. Quaver. You know, like when you're letting people piss you off and thingy, that's when you've got to take a break off YouTube. I mean, you cannot take anything serious, or all you've got to do is stop watching me. If you're letting little mannerisms get to you and fucking piss you off, and that, just fucking give it a wide berth, innit? Then it'd be doxing and fucking taking it serious, gonna be putting people's windows out and all this and that, and just fucking move on and do your different hobbies.
Saying that though, when you actually did that, you lost your co-host status, didn't you?
What is the in the sis?
Yeah. So it's like, are you really giving that advice out then? Is that your good advice? Like, because a week off here is like a year in real time, you know that, don't you?
It is, mate. It is. You're right there. Like, there's that much happening on YouTube in a fucking couple of days, in a week or something, man. You lost off if you didn't keep up to date, aren't you? There's that much new people coming along and fucking something else happening. It's like fucking
you know what, though? You know what, right? This is why, you know, you look at even now, right? Good live, say Expo. It's not very often he gets even 400 now, is it? 400 or 500. It has to be something big, right? But back in the day, Pablo, right, on his own,
just get a thousand,
no gimmicks, no music, no like fancy shit. It was just him talking. But you know what his secret was? He didn't watch much YouTube. That's how he ended up like that, because he'd always come on and say like what's happened, or he wouldn't know the character, and we don't know. But I think that's why it was so good on Pablo's, because he just give his opinion of what he did.
Where's Pablo at now then? Where's he at?
Oh, God knows. Thailand was
in Thailand or something, wasn't he? He was in Thailand or something, wasn't he?
God knows what's going on in his head, mate. He's fucked, eh?
Probably shagged a lady boy or something over there, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah. Probably, mate. He'd probably be a gimp or something now. Yeah. Mate, did you hear about that on the news? It was in the paper there about that gimp in Somerset who got dressed in leather and that was scaring women in the woods.
Shut up, man.
Swear down.
Yeah.
He just went to court today for harassment, right? Because he was going around on a night in this village in Somerset dressed as a full gimp. Leather mask with just the eyes and the mouth, and he was slithering about on the floor, scaring the women and that.
There's some. He'll probably be on YouTube. He'll probably be on YouTube as well. You see, all the weird people in the world is fucking on YouTube, man, and it's fucking mad, man.
Swanee, are you watching Big Brother or not?
No, what is me? I watched the first night. And I thought, fucking hell, I've got nothing against people, like, different things like that, but I see, fucking hell, I cannot watch it, me. Are you watching it like me? Are you?
Yeah. It's like the Star Wars cafe, isn't it? They've got a bit of everything in there, haven't the people? One leg.
That's the way the world is as well, this day and age. It's all fucking crazy, this world now, isn't it? It's all fucking
let's get it right. I've heard this word woke that they're all using, wokeness, and you know, it's like that, and it's gone just crazy.
It is like It is.
You know what I said, right, Swanee, right? Let's face it, right? If you went for an interview now at your age, yeah, and it got whittled down to two of yous, and the other fella, you both had the same experience, but the other fella was like, say, Asian, he would get the job, you know what I mean? And like, because if he didn't, he'd get shit, or
But
you
it
know,
is
that's
that
the thing with these
possibility,
things.
isn't it? There is that possibility the way the world is now. There could raise that concern. There has been places where I've worked and like people who've got different coloured skin and come from different culture backgrounds have lost their jobs, and they have says, "Oh, I've been sacked because the company's racist," but it isn't. It was just because they couldn't do the job. You know what I mean? So there is that possibility, isn't it?
You know what, Swanee? That was a bad example, right? What I should have said was, let's say another bloke, exact same as you, but he's only got one arm,
Aye.
right? Then you put it, you know what I mean? So that bloke's got to look at this in the world we're in today, right? Political correctness and all that. If you got two people and one's got one arm, you're both as good. You couldn't give it to the bloke with one arm all day.
That's
You know
the
what I
thing.
mean?
It's all. It's too many fucking snowflake sort of things, isn't it? It's too.
Yeah.
It's a soft world now, isn't it? Really,
No.
like there's too many soft fucking worlds. I mean, can you remember when that Tamina Big Ema or whatever went over there and she wanted to come back? Why the fuck would anybody entertain that? You know, she just went over to fucking kill, train to be a killer. I tell you, like, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna say it on here, but she went over there to be a fucking trained in a camp. I've heard rumours that she has done the thing. And, she's come back, and the news is saying, "Oh, should we allow her back on? They shouldn't have given her the fucking airtime." Fucking mad, man! It's mad as fuck.
Your mates in.
Oh, Phil fucking Graham, lads! Oh, fucking fun!
Oh, his phone's gonna die. I don't believe it as well. I think it has. Oh, you've missed it, Phil, man. He has. He's had 1%. I think mine was going to die, but I plugged mine in. And to be fair, Swanee, that was a long 2%. That like looks like he's gone. But nice one, Phil. Will be good, mate. It's been a quiet one, like. But it got beat 2-0. Yeah, so the top's got to go now, like, but just had a good bit of banter there with Swanee talking about his love life and that, and what his new boyfriend's called and that. He's got them. He's probably charged his phone and like tortures. Yeah, so I'm not used to this, but I get beat. Buzzing that this fire stick's working here. Just makes you wonder about how you like used to live with 3 or 4 channels. Newcastle playing today. Swanee, mate, I know we've got a good 2% out here there, like. Unless we get a massive influx of people and loads of people want to jump on the panel, like we won't. I won't be going much longer, like. But it's usually the case. We've been on for 3 hours 20 minutes. But I think everyone's watching this boxing tonight, aren't they? Yeah. I'll tell you what, though. I think everyone's getting impatient, as bad as it sounds, but definitely the people from Sky News and that must be getting impatient with these Israel moving. It amazes me. I'll scan over it unless someone wants to talk about it. But it's like, as Hamas they must be a lot bigger than what people think they are, you know.
Strawberry clearer. Strawberry clearer. No, it's for you.
Oh, is it? Nice one. 1 minute, one.
Bye then. Just. How much longer you going to get for?
A bit of a chat with Swaddy here, and then well, be it.
Come on.
20 minutes.
Come on. Just.
Yeah, I was saying there, yeah, like, see what Swanee thinks. Get Swanee's opinion, see. Because I think he's in a gang in Sunderland, I think.
Moonlight. This phone's on fucking 9%. This phone. There's me other one's on charge now. This one's the one with a better battery, but I haven't charged it up for 2 or 3 days or something. I didn't really.
So, mate, what's have you been following the Israel thing? Yeah, you can't not, can you really?
I have. You even on YouTube, like when I don't watch the news, because I don't watch the news these days. I find it on YouTube. And where was the World Cup? Where was the World Cup last held? In something with a D.
Dubai. What was it? Qatar. What it?
Qatar. Well, Hamas have got Qatar are harbouring Hamas cells over in that country.
Are they?
I was watching this YouTube and what channel was it on? It was on some fucking news thing. It wasn't a piss take on it. Or that they had facts to back it up. And Qatar is harbouring fucking Hamas cells in that country as well. So how can they let that happen? You know what I mean? It's fucking.
Well, it's already like we're not seeing a tenth of what's going on there. You know, like.
Exactly.
They're letting little snippets out every day. You get another story, but the stories are shocking. Just people sat in their house watching the telly, and then you've got terrorists running, just shooting you.
They're getting kidnapped and fucking.
But at the same time, it's just going to be like an annihilation, isn't it? Really?
Why? I thought Israel was a superpower. You know, like one of the superpowers. I mean.
What do you think would have happened if Donald Trump was in charge? He'd have had us there.
Well, it is. A lot of things wouldn't have happened if Donald Trump was in charge. I'm not being like people have got this stigma about Donald Trump where he's a racist and this and that, but he's not. The media make him out to be a racist, don't they? I think, and anyway, I think the media.
You know all the shit that he's going through now about the election and all that. When he said it was rigged, he won't have been far wrong, you know.
I've seen loads of videos, mate, where they've come in at 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, with ballads of fucking for Biden, and like Biden was losing, and 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, they were getting loads of ballads dropped off, and the fucking Biden's votes were going fucking sky high. I think he was true. I think it was right what he was saying. There has been. Even in this country,
based on the music. He's just based on the music for it now, though, isn't he? He's going to. He's been arrested and that, and he. But like, it was shocking what happened. Imagine all people.
Can you remember when they stormed the White House and they were saying it was Donald Trump supporters? Some of them. That one with the bull's head was a Biden supporter. He was what do you call it, cunts? I forget the actual name of the group he belonged to, but he was a Biden supporter dressed up as a Trump supporter. You know, it's fucking.
That's what they do. That's how they work. They infiltrate when there's going to be there's going to be a protest. They'll mingle in, turn it into what it is, like violence.
Yeah. Even the police. I seen the security cameras. The police were waving them up, like to come in. It was a weird situation, like.
You know what? There's some good documentaries about that, right? like some good camera work, like footage that you don't see on the news, where like, they were going in the White House, and there weren't people who were like into politics. You know what I mean? They used it as an excuse.
The
And
anarchists, aren't they? You know, them people who believe in just overthrowing government and rule and all that. The anarchists, that's what a lot of them were, weren't they? Just like fucking crazy and just hurrying the fucking countries into turmoil. Because can you remember when that Kyle Rittenhouse shot that Black Lives Matter supporter because they were burning the shops and burning his families, and he was getting shot at, that Kyle Rittenhouse, and he shot him protecting the stores, stopping the businesses getting set on fire. And it was like, oh, he's a racist, you know what I mean? But had nothing to do with that. It was protecting his dad's business, you know what I mean, from being burned down.
didn't you hear about that last week, Swaddy, right? It's been kept on the quiet, right? In Hartlepool, right, which is not far, it's between us and you and it,
right? Mate.
Some bloke went crazy with a knife and attempted murder on one person in his house. Then he's ran and killed another bloke in the street. And he's being he's being charged under the Terrorism Act, but it's all been kept dead.
One of the MPs of Hartlepool wants all of them. She made a statement saying, "Listen, our people are terrified." She wants them all gone, basically. I don't know how they can. Like, do you know, if you go on holiday, you can't go on holiday with certain fucking. If you've got a criminal record, you can't go to America, you can't go to Australia with a criminal record. So why are they letting criminals into England, who's hell bent on causing fucking mayhem and death and killing people? You know what I mean? It's weird.
It could be anyone.
Exactly, mate. They hide the passports away, and then they're not getting vetted. They're not getting checked the background on out, and they're letting them in. They were taking them on that boat where it's like there's a massive boat, and I'm thinking, wait there's people who's living on the streets, like who's fought for the country, who haven't been given options of houses or nothing like that, and you're housing illegal immigrants to settle them in there when there should be people in this country who like
it's costing millions and millions a day. Like it's not. I'm not even exaggerating. It's something like 8 million a day, right? That it's costing. But we've all seen it, haven't we? We've all seen the boats when they come over across the sea to Italy, especially Italy, where a lot of them have died, haven't they? The last one I seen was this massive old dinghy thing, right? Mate, there was 120 people in it. There was babies, kids. And they're just,
it, mate? Fucking
it
crazy,
must be bad though, where they are.
Like, don't get us wrong, right? There is fucking real people who's in need on them boats and that, but there is also there could be maybe 10 or 20 who are fucking coming over to cause mayhem and kill people. So, it's fucking bastard phone.
Well, do you know what? Do you know the bad with any war, right? It gets nasty, doesn't it? And, they've got these hostages up there. They've got 200 hostages. Apparently, though, the SAS and the American, the SWAT and all them, they're already in Gaza now. They're already in Gaza, and they're trying to find these hostages. You know what I mean? There's some mad shit going on with the SAS and all that, and it looks like nothing's happening, but I think it is. I think obviously they won't have all the hostages in one place. You know what I mean? They'll have them scattered all over. But apparently, I mean, we've all seen Black Hawk Down and that, you know, when they got Bin Laden. Like that, it'll all come out. It'll all come out. It's when he's dipped off again there. You know what? I am going to wrap it up any minute because it's 3 hours 30 and it's tea time and it's the weekend. Big G. We'll catch you in a bit. Joe, nice one, Joe. Swanee, Howler, Slim, Lou Don, Phil Graham, Paul, Charlie, all the legends there, Fact, everyone. There'll be another rerun. Not sure when, like, give you a bit of notice, but it'll be about now. Till then.